Hi, everybody. We're back. We're back with Urban Shadows in the fantastic non-sponsored town of Ruby Tooth Bay, where no salad bars are endless.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. Hi. Hope everyone's doing well. We're jumping back into Urban Shadows tonight. We're gradually increasing our numbers. Leland is joining us, and we should have Nikki soon. They rumor has it they may be joining us tonight soon. I'm going to stop rambling right about now and make other people talk and tell us things about themselves and their character. And I think Jen, tell us about yourself and about Olive. You get to start tonight.
Patrick, where can I begin? So hi, I am IC Historian. IC Historian, all the places I feel like being found on this fair internet of ours. Um, and yeah, so I play Olive Jones. Olive Jones is an oracle who last time we played sort of has dipped her toes, I guess, into the demonic underpinnings and goings on in Ruby Tooth Bay.
Yeah,
Uh,
she was totally not connected to demons before that.
no. On this good insert religion of choice here, Urban Shadow City, never. Olive has did an oracle reading for a demon last time that had some very interesting results, and is now meeting with her benefactor, who also may or may not be a demon in training, in process, in transit, and is going to try and get him to pawn off his contract onto somebody else so that she can benefit. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah,
Morally sound all the way around. It's a good time.
yeah, absolutely. Oh no, and yeah, I guess that was it for Jen's done with us now.
it was such a good time, in
Yep,
fact.
yep, yep.
It was such a great time that I don't know how to read buttons before I hit them.
Oh yeah, I've done what you just did a bunch.
Let me see. I'll
It's red on Zoom is all I can say.
Yep,
Is
no,
the
it's
mute yourself button is red on Zoom and it's not red on Google.
that's
It
Oh my
also
god, they did
oh,
this
does
on
not look like
purpose.
a microphone on Google, but
I
whatever.
I may have ended the call midstream for that same reason in a different broadcast. While I play shuffle around with the cameras, Leland, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Oh hey, what's up? I am Leland / Leopold the Just. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I post a bunch of memes and all sorts of stuff. I'm a social media consultant for a number of companies, but that's more behind the scenes anyway, so you probably wouldn't know. Anyway, I am playing the character Vesuvius Nero. He is using the playbook The Tainted, which is essentially someone who has made a deal with a demon, and it basically pretty much does their bidding, and in exchange gets all sorts of cool nifty demon powers in return. Um, so yeah, like a more hands-on D&D warlock kind of. Uh, but yeah, my character. You want me to tell them about my character too?
You can, or we can hold that till we jump right in.
We'll jump right
Why
in.
don't you
Whatever.
use this
I
for your
worship
time?
Satan, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah,
High level.
this is your time. Vesuvius will have his time. we,
Sell
Whatever.
Satan and Satan accessories.
Oh well, then yes, Vesuvius worships Satan. Sorry, I worship the god of science, uh, who is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I know
Zan,
that was the joke.
why don't you take us home here? Tell us.
How the fuck do I follow that? Yeah, I'm Zan. I'm a professional DM and content creator for 5e World of Darkness, powered by the Apocalypse, and a whole bunch of other really great games out there. And I'm also starting to do some stuff on my own channel, so come and check that stuff out too. Yeah, I I'm playing Don, uh, who is a vampire, but not your conventional vampire. Um, he doesn't. He's not like some vampires that, um, have learned to live with the struggle that is their affliction, their curse, and they just feed to live. But not Dom. Dom lives to feed. He is a psychic vampire, and his day job, if you could have such a thing while being a vampire, is to be a minor celebrity in the local indie wrestling scene as HRD, Henry Richard Donner, the Hard Place, the Bathed in Blood, the Butcher, the Drinker of Souls. Yeah, and he also is working on making a kind of uh, an actual, little bit more of a supernatural bare knuckle boxing ring behind the scenes. So we'll see how that goes. If he doesn't get his throat ripped out in the next 7 minutes, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And I'm Pat. I'm a tactic on places online, like this channel that you've found. Um, yeah, so recap from last time, which, has been a little bit covered already. We started with Don over at, their wrestling home. There was a bit of a practice between yourself and the artist slash Vincent Van Gogh fuck yourself. I believe you were trying to make up for some lightly sacrilegious plot lines around Easter time, and I didn't really get the direction that we were moving away from the sacrilege, but that was fine. And following that, you got a call from your Winterfey companion Snopey, who was looking for a little bit of support. She felt like she was still being followed by a mysterious human statue wandering around town. So you made plans to, with your crew, meet Snopey over at the, I believe it's the Jean's Shallow Pool, one of the local dive bars in town. We popped over to Olive's store that she was closing up for the day, when, after closing, a tainted demon, I guess customer, Trivia, decided to... Nope. You are responsible for keeping demons away from that store, so you let one in.
Oops.
Yes, Treveria showed up. Got a very, very fun reading from Olive. After Olive also got a vision about her patron, getting stabbed several times, because somebody needed his blood, is kind of what she got from that. Then proceeded to give this other demon light person a reading, where you got a brief glimpse into some upcoming serious war across the city between a dark blobbish figure lounging about on a throne and some way too bright column of light that seemed to just be destroying the city and kind of fucking up everybody in between before some other group wound up sweeping in the end to take advantage of the situation. So things were going great there. And you, as you mentioned, you agreed to help set up a meeting between Preston Carver and potentially a new demon sugar daddy for him to get him at least an extension on his current contract. At which point we jumped back to Don, who had arranged an impromptu concert by the Dented Bucket at this bar, which was going great. The concert was going really well. Then one of your fighters in training, a young werewolf woman named Lane, came at you and Snopey with a bit of... There looked like there was a bit of a mission in her eyes, or at least a feral hunger. Shoved Snopey out of the way and jumped at your throat. And that is where we left things off.
Okay.
So I think
Seems
the
eventful.
appropriate place to start would be with Vesuvius.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Why don't you tell? I mean, you've already told us a bit about Vesuvius. Do you want to maybe you could let the audience know a little bit about Vesuvius's connections to the other characters, and maybe about that rumor that you're involved in?
Oh,
Which, if you
okay,
don't
yeah.
remember any of that, I can help you all out with.
I have all of it written down. So you might have to help me with some of the details because I did
Hell
write
yeah.
very minimal notes with the debts and stuff. But
You're good.
yeah, my character is a high-ranking member of like the local chapter of like the Church of Satan. He made a deal with a demon, kind of the belief that maybe demons aren't exactly real. He was a little drunk when he made the deal because he's more of a Church of Satan's more of they're a little bit more atheistic than some other branches of Satanism. So he wasn't exactly sort of buying into the whole, well, this guy's an actual demon thing. But he was just hanging out with them at a bar, drinking, playing poker or something, maybe we'll say, playing cards, and just ended up making a deal with him. And now pretty much is like a bodyguard slash transporter type for him when it comes to like his business, which I haven't exactly, whatever illicit demon shit he's into. Maybe he's like smuggling some like artifacts or something.
Yeah, demons like to diversify that shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever cool demon shit. Anyway, so yeah, the demon is actually Belphegor. He's actually a pretty major demon. So it's the demon of sloth. So I imagine a lot of the stuff he deals in probably deals in people just entertaining themselves, like entertainment. He does own like I'm at like a bar or something, didn't I say? I don't remember, but I imagine he's like, because you think about sloths, kind of like if he deals in entertainment, it'll be give people an excuse to not work hard and stuff, to just distract themselves. But yeah, let's see some of the debts. So Donner and Don the same person, right? That's Zan's character.
Yes.
Okay, just sure.
Donner, sometimes people call him other things. He is known to party a little hard.
Got it. And what's your last name?
Donner.
Okay, my character would call you Mr. Donner then. Okay, so Mr. Donner has had me kill a friend of his. Wait, okay.
No, you killed a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah. So I killed a friend of Donner's on orders. That is I should have wrote more specific notes. But I was trying to make it fit in this little tiny spot. Leave me alone. But anyway, so yeah, I totally killed the shit out of that guy, and then now I owe this dude some shit. So, let's put it that way. I owe Casey a debt. Says wants to save me from damnation. What are the details on that, Patrick?
That is between the two of you, but essentially, okay. Casey's trying to do some shit to help you not be so sucked into demon stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so she's like helpful and stuff. So I feel like I've just like she's helped me in a lot of ways, maybe, and so I just owe her a debt for that. And her main. Her like ulterior motive is to try and save me from going full on demon mode at some point. So I owe 3 debts to Belphegor, which is the demon, that I don't know what I call him
he's
patron.
A patron, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my patron. Is Belphegor. I owe Olive 2 debts because I've somehow interrupted her destiny 2 debts worth, which sounds like a lot of interruption, which kind of sucks. So I don't really know exactly what I did to interrupt your destiny. What was it that... Was there anything specific that we had said between Olive and my character about me? Because it says I've interrupted your destiny 2 debts worth.
I do not believe
Yeah, I don't think we delved
we
into that much.
dug into that because I have in my notes two from you for fucking with my destiny is the only thing I have written
Okay,
down.
cool. Well, we will cut. We will. Maybe it's some shit we don't talk about. It's a sore subject. It'll be revealed later on in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Instagram posts are there though, so like you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Just go looking. I won't tell you where, but I'll post the link in chat. Anyway. So I also owe a debt to Casey because I killed someone and I need a place to hide a body real quick. So she like dipped off into the Fey realm with it and hid it behind it in some bushes for me, and then came back. So that's cool. She's pretty cool actually. And I also owe another debt to Donner because I owe him some drugs. I owe money for vampire blood drugs that I have not paid him. But he said I'll just owe you one, and I'm a dumbass and just went along with it. Second time I've agreed to some shit that got me into a bad situation.
Have you done anything positive for the other people in this group?
Oh yes, I've got two things, two measly things here. Olive owes me debt for protection against all the demons I keep out of her establishment, which has not worked.
Which you did a really great job on.
All right, and then
literally the first thing that happened.
And Ursula, who is an NPC.
Yep.
So I just poorly protect Olive's establishment, and there's a debt involved, and then an NPC. An NPC owes me some shit. And
you keep away like the high level demons at least. It was just someone at like your level that showed up.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so Ursula owes me a debt for probably for that V blood. So probably the same. So it's weird. I got a bunch of vampire blood. Gorge.
We had a name for it. Was it
Gorge? Gorge. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a bunch of Gorge fronted to me, and then I did it all with Ursula one night, and she was supposed to pay for half. So she owes me a debt for half of the debt that I owe Zan's character Donner. It's a complex situation.
Yeah. If you're confused, it's because of drugs.
Yeah, drugs are involved. These are drugs. That's why they're not good, even if they're vampire blood.
I want to be clear. I ain't making V. Like this ain't no Vampire Diaries shit. We'll get into that later, I'm sure. If it's ever proven that I'm actually
Gorge is like performance enhancement type thing more than anything is what we were kind of talking about. Yeah, like people use it for fights and stuff.
Kind of what we established is that's how Don has used it or marketed it to people.
Got it. Yeah.
It's kind of based off of the vampire who's used as a source for it, and I think story wise or lore wise we could say it kind of can instill a similar hunger to what the vampire's feeling in the moment of like donating the blood.
Yeah. Got you. Okay, cool. That sounds interesting. That can go a lot of directions. Yeah. That are all dirty, mostly.
Cool. So what we'll do is we'll start the episode with a poem again, like we did last week, and then you'll tell us what Vesuvius has been getting up to, around like 9 or 10 on a typical Sunday night in Ruby Tooth Bay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So our poem this week is Low Tide by Edna St. Vincent Millay. These wet rocks where the tide has been, barnacled white and weeded brown, and slimed beneath to a beautiful green. These wet rocks where the tide went down will show again when the tide is high. Faint and perilous, far from shore. No place to dream, but a place to die. The bottom of the sea once more. There was a child that wandered through a giant's empty house all day. House full of wonderful things and new, but no fit place for a child to play. Yeah. So what's Vesuvius getting up to?
on Sunday night, Vesuvius likes to stay in, and shit, what was the show? I even Googled up some really good shows that he probably would stay in to watch on Sundays. I can't remember what airs on Sundays now. Oh, all right. So I've decided that Vesuvius is a huge comic book nerd. So he is in watching Batwoman, right? The new Batwoman show. He's really into it. Drinking some hard cider and messing around on his phone, just some normal kind of basic stuff. This is a day he normally has off, but sometimes Belphegor does, get him to go do some stuff on the weekends. Belphegor believes strongly in having the weekends off so you can be lazy. Is the sloth demon, but but sometimes I have to work weekends if things are rough. So, but normally, like I said, just chill, Netflix and chill, but by myself, real lonely.
Yeah. So you do live alone then?
Yes, I live alone in an apartment. That is an apartment that's near the Church of Satan. It's like it's an apartment that is where a lot of the members actually stay. So it's almost like a fraternity house in a lot of ways. But
sure,
there's even a common kitchen hangout area in between all the apartment buildings. That's got tons of good cooking equipment. Have lots of friendly Saturday Satan worship hangout days, fellowship. Unholy fellowship.
Yeah.
On Saturdays though.
Yeah. Do you have any what's the expression, like coals in the fire? Are you working on anything beyond what Belphegor has you getting into?
Trying to figure out better ways to protect Olive's business once I find out that that a demon made its way in. But if I don't know that, then maybe we're planning a recruitment drive in the park soon.
The churches?
The church, yeah.
Yeah.
Just some mundane church stuff. We're gonna have use some of that cooking equipment we have to make some sliders, satanic sliders is what we're gonna call them.
Sure. Do you have a specific responsibility in this that you are ignoring, or
event planner?
Okay.
Event planner. They want the event plan tomorrow morning, first thing, and I'm just kind of too busy watching Batwoman.
Sure.
I'm trying to be too ridiculous, but I'm also trying to make my character realistic. A lot of people I've known in real life that are really into Satan are super nerds, so I figured I'd tap into that a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. He's excited for this series or the season finale that's coming up.
Sure. Yeah, I think the show is just coming back from commercial when you get a. Now, is it your apartment? Is it like a buzzer? How would somebody notify you if they were there?
Yeah, it would knock. It would just knock. There's a stairwell. Take them up there.
So right up to the door.
Yeah, it's an enclosed hallway, but you just open the doors and go in, and the whole space. Basically, the spaces between the apartment buildings are enclosed and air conditioned.
Sure.
It's freaking Florida.
Yeah, you get a knock on the door.
All right. Luckily, I've got TiVo, so I'm gonna pause it. And I'm gonna go. I am a weapon, so I wouldn't need to go grab one or anything. So I'm just gonna casually go and answer the door with my hard cider.
Yep.
Woodchuck.
Do you Do you open the door? Do you look through the little fish hole, or do you just swing that wide open?
Yeah, I open it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and put a face to a name for me with, I think this would be power.
What am I doing? Help me out. Tell me
Okay,
again.
yeah, so on your character sheet, you should have some circle stats on there.
Yeah.
And you could see power.
Yeah.
That line under where it says power, you got a 0 there.
Uh-huh.
So this is just 2d6 plus 0.
Okay.
And if you didn't already have power marked, you would then mark power again, but it's already marked for you.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Thank you. 5.
All right. So, with the move put a face to a name, when you roll a fail, you either don't know this person or you owe them a debt. And I get to choose.
Okay. This is a move. Oh, okay. Sorry. I just now see the moves.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's right,
this would be
click
under
back.
your circle moves on the Google Doc.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you don't know them. It's a young woman.
Uh-huh.
Face claim wise, this is picture Natalie Dormer, but like when she had like the shaved head and like half of her one side shaved, and essentially someone is standing at your door that looks like they would be ready for a fight if needed. There's been an intense look.
Who are you?
Are you Vesuvius?
Yes, the one and only.
Right. I'm gonna need you to come with me.
On a Sunday? Could we not do this? Could we not do this tomorrow? Or
No.
okay. All right. Who sent you? Mind if I ask before I go grab my things?
I do mind.
Okay. All right. Well, sure. Yeah. Ever since ever since my character has been able to turn into a utter terror in his demon form, he's like grown less and less concerned about like sort of giving a crap
Mm-hmm.
about feeling like he's in danger. So he's just gonna go grab his things and may I need to go get my cell phone, and I'll be right back.
She puts her foot in the door and stands in the frame so that the door can't be closed on her. She allows it.
All right.
You also, just so you know, kind of the basic moves at your disposal. There is a move called Figure Someone Out, which lets you try to read the body language and the bits of the conversation and ask some questions.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna follow her out a bit first and try and make small talk a bit on our way to wherever she's taking me, and that'll be me doing Figure Someone Out. Mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is a roll with mind.
All right, so
What is your mind? How's that go for you, bud?
it's a -1.
All right.
I'm not very insightful. I definitely don't care. So let's see, a 3.
Okay. What happens to that on a fail? Let me check.
If you're in their circle on a 7 to 9, you ask as well. If you're in their circle, ask an additional question. Doesn't say.
Okay.
I just assume just a miss.
Yeah. So it's definitely. Yeah, you're trying to make conversation with her, and you're getting very just brief, like, not grunts, but like very terse one-word answers.
Yeah.
Or not getting a whole lot of information from her.
Well, we're getting a freaking strike from Twitch on that ringtone. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna. So you don't have a name or anything, or a nickname?
I never said that.
All right. Well, I'm Vesuvius,
I already know that.
and you are
Bored. Get in the
bored.
car.
Bored. Get in the car. That is an interesting name.
She's. You see out in front of the complex, there's a nice muscle car kind of parked illegally.
Of course, it fits just right. Ah, yes, your car fits right in with your haircut.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I suppose I'll sit in the passenger seat, or do you want me thrown in the back like a prisoner?
She opens. This is a result of the failed move. Just before she opens the back door for you when you sit
Yeah.
in the back like a prisoner, and
Yeah.
shoves your head down and bangs your head against the side.
Oh shit.
So you,
Oh.
you're gonna take 1 harm from that.
I'm gonna. All right, prisoner.
Which
It is.
I think maybe our first harm of the campaign.
I'm at faint.
Yep. So you would click that little feint box and you would put in car concussion or car ding next to the description.
Does my armor, my 1 armor, affect it at all?
Do you always have 1 armor? Or
Yeah,
is that
tough as
in when you're
nails.
transformed?
I have the move, just the tainted move, tough as nails. You get +1. You get 1 armor, blessed or holy sorcerers ignore your armor weapons. It's not under the devil inside move.
Okay, yeah. In that case, you you get the emotion behind this, but you wouldn't take any damage from it.
Okay, so
It's
yeah,
clearly it's clearly an aggressive action.
which further adds to the fact that I'm not bothered by things. You know what I mean? Because just like I've the tough as nails trait, cold as ice, all that stuff. So my character's just like, whatever. I'm just gonna go and see what happens. And if shit gets hairy, I'll turn into a fire demon.
Yeah,
know?
I think one
Make my
thing
way
that
out.
you do notice as you're being manhandled into the car is you feel as like one hand goes to the back of your neck, you feel something metal on her hand as she's shoving you in. That
Cyborg or something.
not sure. You didn't get a great look at it.
Yeah, I failed that move. The specific move.
But yeah,
Uh,
it's if you're once she gets you in, she'll go over to the driver's seat. You just tell me if you want to take any actions here. If you want to do anything besides be a passenger, you tell me.
but before she gets in, oh no! Right after she gets in and right after she cranks up the car, I lean forward and start messing with the radio to try and put something on that I want to listen to.
What do you try and put on?
Where are we at? Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as I'm like
Like
going through the
Gulf
many
Coast.
country music stations and like the Beach Boys and stuff, I don't manage to find anything good, so I settle back down onto like the Beach Boys, the surfer rock, classic surfer rock station. The Ruby Red Rock is the name of the station. You want to make note?
Yep, I am.
It's like a classic rock station that plays a lot of like basically just Beach Boys mostly.
So like very classic,
Yeah.
not just like 80s classic.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, classic.
Okay. Yeah. Are you ready then?
Yeah, I just changed the stations.
Good. Yeah, it's as you're kind of still reaching up, she floors it and kind of knocks you backwards. Having, I assume, not put on a belt beforehand.
Oh, well, all right. And I'm just like, I'm like sliding in the seat, struggling to get because I imagine she's like taking a sharp turn at this point by the time I even go to put the belt on. So I'm like struggling to clip it in, but finally get it. Whoa. All right then. That's
Comfortable?
quite the driving. Yeah, no. I'd be more comfortable if you could just share something where we're going. Is this
We're sharing
Belphegor
a ride.
sent you, right? Belphegor?
You see her grimace at the name.
Yeah, he sent you. That asshole. Could just text me.
Does he text you often?
Yeah, sometimes. Usually when he wants me to do something, he text me, call me. So I call him.
They call me Gloves, by the way.
Who's they?
I assume the same people that call you Vesuvius.
Oh,
I figured
Lord
that's not on
Satanus?
the... I just assumed that wasn't on the birth certificate.
oh no, yes. That name was given to me by Satan during ritual.
Mm-hmm. Like Satan specifically?
Yes, Vesuvius Nero, yes,
Yeah,
during ritual.
It's
my magical name.
I feel like you'd be dropping that name more with how much I seem to find you running your mouth around town.
Whoa, oh. I don't even go around town that much. Unless Belphegor sends me someplace. Or do you have some? Are you upset about our plans for the recruitment drive in the park? Are you one of those Christian organizations?
I'm not upset about anything. It's my boss that you need to talk to.
Oh,
You're good at talking, I get. That's the sense you're giving. Or trying.
yes,
You're good at trying to talk.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, I guess. I suppose I'll just wait until we're there.
Yeah, you're heading towards the outskirts of town. You're getting to like bridge territory. You remember that's in the direction of the gorge. Not the drug, but the place. This might be a good time to remind you about your rumor that you made.
Oh, yes.
Which was... We introduced everybody else's rumors last week. Vesuvius's rumor was that an ex-televangelist turned doomsday prepper for the end of days named Reverend Jacob Dennison has achieved a bit of a cult status and has a number of followers. There's rumors going around that he is sacrificing humans out at the Crimson Root Gorge, where you seem to be heading. And based off of your role, which was not great for this rumor, word had reached the Reverend's ears that Vesuvius was spreading word around town about this, and they were not pleased and were coming for you. So it's... Having not been able to place Gloves, I think you're starting to piece this together from the conversation and the direction you're driving.
Yeah, and while I'm singing along with the radio, Surfing USA.
Yep.
Surfing USA. Yeah.
Yeah, I think context clues wise, you've got enough to figure it out now, regardless.
So when I made the comment, my character made the comment that when my character questioned whether or not Gloves was part of one of those Christian organizations, he was not thinking about this one. Nope. He was thinking about like a harmless one that would just be like maybe protesting the fact that he was gonna have a thing in the park. If we're moving through town still, am I near any of the other characters' hideouts or anything?
Where around town is the church again?
Oh,
let me check.
Question.
Let me check the map here. Was that one of your locations?
I believe yes. I don't know where the.
That was number 6 on the map.
Number 6.
Which I don't see on the map. So great. Love that.
All right, I can put it there real quick.
It's good. I seem to remember it was towards like the north side-ish of town.
Yeah, I'll put it like is this blue area okay?
It's cool. I've got it on a different map, just not the one I'm looking at. I think right now you're driving around near you're heading towards the bridge, towards the outskirts of town right now, which is kind of close to Olive's shop. You don't know if she's there right now.
Okay. You can drag this 6 and place it somewhere, wherever it is.
I'll fix that later. I'll get it taken care of.
All right. Well, it's up there for you now. In the meantime, so I'm near Olive's shop.
Nearish. You're like around there.
Okay.
So it's for the folks at home who do not have access to this little map we made. Essentially, Vesuvius is being driven towards the outskirts of town and is going through a power-heavy neighborhood right about before they get to a bridge out to this gorge.
I am. Once we get on the bridge, dead center of the bridge, I am going to make the comment. I hope this is real leather back here. If not, it could be terribly flammable. And then I'm going to roll blood to turn into a demon.
We love to see it.
And my character looks like a skeleton when he turns into a demon. Except he's like got this aura of flame around him. And he's got all sorts of like demonic runes carved into his bone. And at any point, like certain, like if you wanted a sword arm, it would be like flame. With the flame that's around him would take shape like a blade, or if he wanted wings, the flames would take shape like wings or whatever. So that way he can sort of move his form around a bit.
We love it for this nice car. We love what's going to happen to it.
Yeah, and the skin, and his bones are also like charred as well.
Yeah. So like you said, this is a blood roll for when you assume your demon form.
Yeah, which I got a +3 to.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep. A 6. So that is not on a miss. I pick one and give my patron a debt, or go without my form. So I'm definitely gonna give Belphegor a debt, a fourth debt.
Yeah, he can never have too many.
Now, I don't think he can. So he's getting one.
Yep.
Easy decision. So I'm going to. So I pick one.
Yep.
I'm gonna do.
You can also. You're not working a job for Belphegor right now, or else you'd get an extra. But you can take a corruption point to choose an extra one. So if you mark corruption, you could get two choices.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that because that's how I roll. Also, all right. So I'm like. I realize I realize it's not working too well. Like my inner ability to make the transformation isn't working too well. So I like mentally text Belphegor. Hey, Belphegor, need help. Reply quickly. And it's just like a mental text line that we've got. Can be tracked.
Does the mental text line still have normal phone bullshit? Like
it looks
messages marked as read, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that, but it's like, imagine if some like really edgy like metal dude like got some skin for his messaging app. That's kind of what it looks like. So like me, basically, if I knew where to get that skin. And so
it's marked as read, but you don't get a response.
All right, cool. Of course I don't. I get the response is my other power, is my power's kicking in like at all, really, is the response. That's all I needed. So I'm going to
tell us about your selections for this.
Yeah, so I pick demonic weaponry, so I ignite my hands in flames so I can melt my way out of the roof. And I pick demonic flight so I can have flaming wings erupt, and my gangly skeleton, glowing skeleton form flies off into the night is my intention.
Yeah, so it's you erupt into your current form, wings and arms ablaze. And I think before you're able to fly away just yet, Gloves is like, what the fuck? And just kind of like pulls the brake, does like fancy car maneuver where she skids to a stop but is now blocking traffic on the bridge, and it is just glaring back at you. And you now notice kind of what you felt before are these impressive looking, like, you don't know if they're brass, but like metal knuckles on her hand.
Oh no.
And
I was about to get socked in the mouth.
I think that's where we'll cut away to Olive.
Got it. I just imagine. Can I just say one last thing?
Yeah.
I imagine that we're glaring through the molten hole in the top of a river, just glaring at each other as I'm flying away. Anyway.
Yeah, we will. You will. You know what? Before we do that, why don't you go ahead and before you just get away, you can roll to escape a situation.
Okay, cool. That's a basic move.
Yes, that is a basic move. I want to say, luckily for you, it also uses blood.
Yeah.
All right, that's a full success. On a hit, you get away and choose one from this list. You suffer harm during your escape. You end up in another dangerous situation. You leave something important behind. You owe an NPC a debt for their aid, or you give into your base nature and mark corruption.
I leave my cell phone in her seat.
All right, love it. Yeah, I think she makes a grab for you as you're going through the roof, and just manages to get hand lands on the cell phone but misses you.
Oh yeah, there were many better options I could have chosen, but it said important, option. And that was the first thing that popped in my head. So I feel like giving you more fun to play around with. Anyway, it is Olive's turn, the most awesome of tarot card readers.
Yeah, where are we jumping back in with Olive? Are we over at the Wavecrest Cove restaurant?
So Olive has had her meeting with Trivia, and she has changed from her kooky crystal shop girl to her upscale resort wear situation. And she arrived early to the restaurant as totally a power move, and is sitting at the table having ordered a very nice bottle of wine and waiting for Preston. And they're at a relatively secluded table because she has the feeling that this conversation could be a bit difficult. Now remind me, Patrick, Trivia only wants Olive to set up a meeting.
I believe, yes, that is what she pitched to you. Because you don't owe her anything.
No.
She came to you with this business proposition.
Right.
Essentially, she wants you to give her an audience with Preston so that then she can also set up a meeting between Preston and her patron. Essentially, you and her are your people will schedule something with my people.
Yeah. We're the personal assistants to question mark powers that may or may not be.
Mm-hmm. I forget, did you change the reservation? Are you expecting her to join you all? Is it a 3-person reservation?
No. So I think what we said last time was Olive, he'll bolt if anybody else is there.
Got it.
So he'll dip. So Olive is I'm going to meet him for dinner, and then because I have to talk to him. Because I imagine that Preston only talks to Olive when he comes to Ruby Tooth Bay, and there's 4 or 5 places that he is willing to go, and all of them are too expensive for, you know what I mean? They're very exclusive, or her shop, which is the basement of her shop, which is relatively private.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely makes some public appearances as the head of the church, but anything like an actual face-to-face sit-down is in one of these exclusive places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you order before he gets there? Tell me how far this power play goes of getting there early.
So Olive has ordered a very nice bottle of wine. And she has actually already poured him a glass. And she has ordered I imagine they have a very nice grilled octopus, because I think that stuff like that makes Preston a little bit squeamish. He's fine. It's the tentacle fish, and I think because of his demon situation, it's a little Cthulhu-y for him. So it's a little too much. So I think she has ordered the grilled octopus and kind of timed it so that she ordered it at like 9:22, so that at 9:32, when he's actually sitting down, she'll be brought this like beautiful plate of grilled octopus. And of course, like, she's definitely going to order like a steak rare, because that's also a giant power move. But we'll like, she's, it's not subtle, but it's not like she's not literally peeing on the furniture to mark her territory.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's literally right on time for the appointment is when Preston arrives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think you see him shuffling in, and he goes to you. He attempts to kiss your hand before he'll sit. You know that he tries this every time. Whether you allow it ever is up to you.
She kind of hesitates just enough for him to maybe be like, oh God, uh-oh. And then she allows it. Because normally she's like, doesn't. So the message I imagine the message that she's sending is like, I'm trying to comfort you. It's like, it's almost like it's the start of compliment sandwich. Mm-hmm. Where you're like, I don't know. She's letting me get away with it this time. I don't know what else I'm going to hear.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, where's the bad news to follow up this?
Yes, absolutely. Like throwing him off of his game a little bit.
As he's taking a seat. So has it been a rough day then?
She kind of shrugs a shoulder. Same as always. Never a dull moment here at the Bay.
No, that's why I love it here so much. But you don't text me every day. I don't always have that joy.
No. Well, Preston, I can't help but notice I was looking at my calendar today, and I got the sense that perhaps you and I might be running out of time. How long do you have, Preston?
I would think someone with your talents should be able to tell me. But I'm sure you already know. Just like why I would have assumed that you know that I prefer whites to reds. But he'll dime the wine anyway.
Yeah, he's smart enough to know on which side of the bread the butter doth lie.
Yeah, he's being snippy back, but he knows.
Yeah. She kind of smirks, and I feel like there's a part of her that, like, in another life would enjoy this game if it wasn't him. You know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she would enjoy this sort of, like, back and forth, like,
if it wasn't with a sleazeball.
Right. Like, I get that, like, Dawn's use of power and whatnot, like, I mean, like, it's interesting to sort of, like, watch from afar, but, like, getting engaged with that sort of a thing is, like, not particularly enthralling to Olive. And, like, Vesuvius, love him to pieces, but, like, no thank you. It just doesn't really, like, there's, like, a lot happening there. So this is the kind of stuff that, like, would be of interest to her, but it, like, he's just such a piece of garbage that she's just like, whatever.
You know what? I almost forgot before we dive deeper to his scumminess. You have a beginning of session move.
I sure do.
And then Zan's got a thing that we should do as well.
Oh, I have 4 tellings.
Yes. All 4 of them. All 4 of the tellings.
I have so many tellings.
Mm-hmm. Which
I have 4 tellings and aft tellings.
Yes. All parts of the boat.
So yeah, I think, I'm gonna obviously think about it for Preston. I think that's what makes the most sense.
So it's you have to roll first. If you do well enough, you can tell me who it is you see. You get to pick one of the types of visions that you get. Yes. And if you get over a 10, you tell me who it's about. Otherwise, I tell you.
Oh, okay. That's right. Okay. I remember.
But it is a spirit roll.
Yes, it sure is. And I've got +2 in spirit. 2d6 +2. Oh, that is an 11, my friend.
Nice. Yes, a full success again.
It
So
sure is.
you absolutely get to choose the character the vision's about, and you get to
It
tell
is.
me, which of those that you want it to be. Which, to recap for folks, a dangerous threat is closing in on someone, an ally is plotting to betray someone, or a tragedy is lurking in the shadows of someone.
So um as we said last time, I have noticed that Preston's demands on my time and energy, as well as his generosity, have absolutely increased.
Mm-hmm.
And while he is absolutely being snippy right now, there's also a level of being deferential that is not normally part of their relationship. Like he showed up at 9:30 at night and was like, sure, whatever you want. It was a little bit like, you up, question mark, and he was like, yes, I am up. you know
Mm-hmm.
so she definitely thinks that, like, that's like, he doesn't want to talk about how much time he has left, which I think usually he's very much like, we have to be working on this. um and that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it is absolutely going to be about Preston, and I think it is going to be a dangerous threat is closing in.
Ooh, another one. I have to give you another threat on Mr. Preston Carver.
Well,
Okay.
okay,
No,
so
that's fine. It's
no, the thing that I want to know, and I don't know if I'm asking for the right thing from you as the MC. So the
That's
thing
okay.
I want to know is what's going on regarding his demon contract.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be that? Or
Let me
tragedy lives in
see.
the shadows? I don't think him dying is tragic for me.
Yeah, so it's essentially what you got last time was, somebody is planning an attack on him. They need his blood for something.
Can I get more information on that? Or is that like not really what the move allows me to do?
I think to get more information on that, that would probably be more like hit the streets type thing to look for what you
Okay.
found.
All right.
Um,
So let's.
you can
Okay.
maybe get a different aspect of that. Like I think, how about this? I could answer one of the other two questions about your previous vision and link those, or we could get. He's a man with he's got a lot of issues and enemies. He could absolutely have another threat stalking him.
Yeah, I mean, I think like she's kind of what she's wondering about, because I imagine this is something that is somewhat conscious, like this move is a conscious move,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like so she's trying to figure out just in general like what is up with him, because he seems a bit more eager.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if they were to be caught together, like obviously most of the world doesn't know of his situation, but if they were to be caught together,
There'd be more questions than anybody wants to deal with.
oh yeah, like his earthly life would basically be over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he would be like Jimmy Swaggerting it on television, and it would be like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really kind of that would be what Olive would be tapping into. So whatever that is, and I trust your judgment in this area, of course.
Yeah. Okay, I think let's go with. I think for what you're asking, I'd like the allies plotting a betrayal for him, to kind of, if that's okay with you, to direct it more towards kind of what you're trying to get information for.
Sure.
Yeah, I think before maybe you tell me whether it's before he shows up or kind of when you get this vision. But you get.
I think it would be, she would tap into it like before he shows up.
You get maybe as the wine arrives and is being poured, you get a vision of. First, you're getting the sounds. You're getting like clinking, some. At first, it sounds like alarms going off, but then it's shorter than that. And you hear cheering with it. You hear a ball being rolled. and cards being shuffled, and you realize you're hearing the sounds of a casino.
Okay.
And you see Preston in this. He's approaching a curtained area towards the back of one of the rooms, and there's a woman walking arm in arm with him. That you can go ahead and I think you could put a face to a name from this because you're trying to because it's about an ally of his.
Okay.
So put a face to a name with power for me.
All right.
And then you can mark power for that too.
Oh, so would I add 2 to that?
Yeah, so your power stat is your circle for power is 2. So this is a 2d6 plus 2.
Okay. 2d6 plus 2. That's a 12.
Nice. So with a success on putting a face to a name, you've dealt with this person before, you learn something interesting and useful about them, or they owe you a debt, and that's your call. This is a wizard named Marlowe, who...
Oh, I absolutely want them to owe me a debt.
Sure.
100% they owe me a debt.
What have you done for
I don't
Marlowe?
give a shit who they are. I want them to need me.
Yes, so Marlowe owes you a debt. What did you do for Marlowe that she owes you?
So I imagine that Marlowe crossed. I imagine that Marlowe was kind of chilling with some other magic-y types and was communing with some objects that had some significance to a crop of wizards who were looking to get in on the psychedelics trade on a college campus, and they were really trying to sort of like get in on that game. And she took their like divination stones, like all of their stones that they were using to channel their power. She took them, and then realized that it was like a little bit above her pay grade, and that maybe what she had been told by those wizards was what they were doing was maybe not what they were doing. And so she wanted to dispose of them very, very quickly. Mm-hmm. And Olive has contacts in the questionably legal artifact dealing network and sort of funneled them through there.
Got it. So
back.
Is that the official name of the network?
I would, yeah. It's the sort of nope. I don't know what you're talking about. Network.
So just to confirm, Marlowe got in with some wizards who were dealing psychedelic drugs, took some of their shit, found out that they were involved in something heavier than that, and you helped her get rid of the shit.
Yeah, I helped her get rid of the shit and funnel it back where it belonged. No.
Got it. So it went back to its owners without them realizing.
Yep. Yes.
All right. Yeah. You see Marlowe, who you already know, leading Preston to a back room of the hotel of the casino, which general stuff that anybody in town would know about Marlowe. Like I said, she's a wizard. She is a high roller and frequently hangs out at the Hidden Booty Casino. And that does look like where you were seeing her.
Yeah.
So she's taking Preston to this curtain, leads him behind it, and you essentially, as the curtain's getting parted, your vision past it is obscured, but you get enough of Preston's face to see that he's surprised as he's yanked forward. Mm-hmm. And then Marlowe is gone. She was standing in one place, and suddenly she's gone.
Okay. So, would Olive put the pieces together that this is connected to her previous vision about Preston?
I'm not sure if it's connected to the initial vision. You don't know if it's connected to the initial vision, but you get a strong sense that it's somehow tied into his contract, like you were trying to get info about.
Yeah, okay. So there's a thematic similarity where it's like Preston is getting screwed over like from multiple avenues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. All right. Love that. Love that. So I think Olive sort of swirls the wine in her glass and takes a good sip and is just there with that vision. So I think as Preston is being snippy about his contract time, she um trying to think, like, I don't think there's anything like special that I can really do right now from a move standpoint.
You don't have to worry. It's essentially like you could just do what you're gonna do, and if something falls into like a trigger for a move, we could worry about it then.
Okay. So all of his being like is really like observing him,
Mm-hmm.
like really kind of watching. What is he looking like as he sort of sits there? Is he fidgety? Is he calm? Is he like, how does he look?
He's not a man that you ever see fidgeting. I guess it's
Right.
you know enough of his idiosyncrasies at this point to know that he's very practiced controlling himself in public, but you also know him enough to know some of his more subtle tells.
Yeah.
He's definitely, spinning around his wedding ring on his finger. Is one of the things that he does. Not necessarily when he's nervous, but when like a plan or a deal is coming to fruition, like when
Okay.
when you're kind of in like the crunch zone for something.
Okay. So Olive kind of looks pointedly down at the ring and takes a sip of her wine. How's Elaine?
She's lovely, same as normal, blissfully
Enjoying,
unaware of the challenges that I have to face.
enjoying the spa?
She's actually on an extended trip right now. Wanted her when things. I told you I was already going to be in town. There are things in the work, and I thought it would be best. I don't know how long they're going to take exactly to resolve, so a longer than normal trip seemed appropriate. She's enjoying a Mediterranean view right now.
So what's going on? Normally you aren't so eager to meet with me.
I mean, I feel shouldn't I be asking you that? It's you reached out to me. Apparently, I assumed there was something important. I'm always willing if you need. I mean, I know I give you enough to cover meals, so I assume it wasn't just for the delicious dining here.
Well, Preston, I imagine at this moment the octopus comes out and it's like tentacles of octopus. Like it's like grilled tentacles of octopus, and she kind of keeping eye contact. Not really. She sort of cuts it like very deliberately and like kind of slowly, um, which I imagine for him is somewhat excruciating. And she says, "Well, Preston, I met up with someone this evening that might be of interest to you." And she sort of, without like looking directly into his eye, takes like the end of a tentacle that's like kind of curled up a little bit, and like just like like spears it with her fork,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of slides it into her mouth. And this is not like to be clear, boys and girls, this is not like an NC-17 situation. This is more of a like, I know that this makes you want to die, and I'm doing it anyway. This is a power move. This is not a like, hey, move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see like a subtle like grimace before he gets his face more under control.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with that level of detail, should I just be consulting a magic 8-ball next?
Depends, darling. Can it get you out of your contract?
I am still awaiting the evidence that you can, but you've certainly made that promise.
It's not
And so
me.
here we are.
It's not me. Somebody else. Another piece of octopus. How long are you going to be in town?
Well, as I mentioned, things are about to... I don't know how much of a pulse you have on the wild side of town, but things are about to be shaken up quite a bit. I'll be in town as long as that takes to resolve, or until I need to make myself scarce. But
I kind of want to like figure him out.
Go for it. Yeah, roll with mind.
Get mind. Let me look at my character sheet. I have 1 at mind. Alright, well that's not great, but... That's a 6.
Yep.
Nope.
Sure is.
Poor...
And you're not in the same faction.
I am not.
Let's see.
I can ask one question, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's just hard to read right now.
Okay. So...
You're relying kind of more on his, normal, like, tics and idiosyncrasies, as opposed to, you're not getting a whole lot of information. You know that you're affecting him. You know that your manipulations here are having the desired impact on his comfort level with the meal, but you haven't been able to glean anything about, new stuff in town.
Okay. I will admit, Preston, that I don't spend an awful lot of time dabbling in the movements on the wild side of town. Care to let me in? Another piece of octopus. And she looks like excited. Like she looks kind of like her eyes are like very like, ooh, this is exciting. Like,
I'm gonna need more wine if this is the level of food that we'll be dining on this evening. I'm gonna need something stronger to wash it down.
and she sort of like signals the waiter over, and she orders like the nicest bottle of Chardonnay that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts her hand on his, and she like tries not to touch him because like she really is skeeved out by him, but like she's like, okay, like this is the game we're playing, sweetheart. This is the game we're playing. Like she puts her hand on his and she's like, goes great with fish.
Yeah, I think... Listen, I don't want all of the details of what is going to happen. I'm not going to just spill over dinner in a not crowded but not empty restaurant where errant ears may be listening. But the next week or so, again, if you don't need to be on site to have your visions, it might be worth taking a vacation until things calm down.
She kind of like nods and like studies him for a moment.
Now I don't get many direct orders from Thorn, but my involvement in town this week was pretty insistent.
Walls are closing in a little bit.
And it's as he's saying this, you see the servers coming back with a new bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that you do notice, you weren't able to get much about Preston's information, but you catch just a glint out of the corner of your eye. You see, kind of underneath the server's vest, kind of just rotates ever so subtly, and you see a glint of metal underneath as they're coming to y'all.
Is this metal like they have something tucked into their waist, or is this metal like they're a construct?
Something tucked into their waist.
How far away are they? Like in this moment that we're frozen in time?
They're maybe a table or two away from y'all, approaching with your new drink, the very fancy bottle you ordered.
Okay. So having seen the vision of him getting like stabbed a whole bunch of times, and knowing that anybody who deals with wine has corkscrews and like the little label cutter Jimmy Jams that like people who are broke like me don't know the name for.
Oh yeah, the server does have a bottle opener in their hand.
Right. And that yeah, so like process of elimination is telling Olive in this second. So she is actually going to take Preston's hand and like suppress her well, she's wearing her gloves. She's going to take his hand and very insistently actually like pull him to his feet toward the dance floor that is happening in like I imagine there's like a terrace and there's like music and stuff out there, and she's going to pull him sort of out that way.
All right. This feels like it should be a move. I think this is either, you let me know what you think applies. This feels like you're either trying to escape a situation or keeping your cool so as to not attract attention or additional attention.
Yeah, I think it's definitely I think it would be like keep cool, I think is more present because like I mean, not to be like cruel, but like she's more than, I mean, him biting it is like whatever, but there's like stuff that she needs to know. So like it's more like, all right, sweetheart, like I'll save you this time. And I feel like that's kind of how Olive operates in like the normal world, is kind of being very aloof and very like enigmatic. So I would say that this is a lot more like her trying to be like, I'm gonna go dance with my sugar daddy. That's a normal thing. And I imagine that like Preston's a skis ball, so Preston's probably like, all right, like whatever, I may only be alive for another week, like cool, sure.
So things are getting real and you're trying to keep your cool. Tell me what situation you want to avoid and roll with spirit.
So Olive wants to avoid having too much. Olive wants to be able to move, like she's kind of a sitting duck. And I think what she's going to try and do is maneuver actually away from the restaurant down the beach to find a meeting location, Patrick, where she can sort of call on Triv and be like, okay, guess, like we need to move now. Like,
so I think if we're trying to get out of the scene, if we're trying to get out of the restaurant, then it would probably be an escape a situation. If you're trying to like stay in one place but not get cornered in, maybe like at the table,
that's a lot more. Yeah,
I think like either is still an option.
Kind of like there's like two things. Like part A is we need to be moving, and also where they can speak close to one another.
Got it. Yeah, so let's do a keep your cool for now, and then hopefully we will advance to escaping a situation.
I know you're very you really want me to roll with something that I suck at.
Oh no, I'm just trying to figure out what fits your motives.
Spirit is 2 for me. Well, you know, I'm not metagaming, but I'm not metagaming. You know what I mean? That's a 10.
Yeah, on a 10,
Like
all is well.
successful.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it's, I think you get Preston is up out of his seat and following as you lead to, I think, kind of like an outdoor like patio dance area where
Yeah.
there's an outdoor bar and some music being played there. Um, and definitely looking over your shoulder as you're exiting, you do notice the waiter has the server has stopped at the table and is pouring the drinks, for assuming you'll come back to your meal,
Right.
but is eyeing you both as you leave. There's eye contact there.
Oh yeah, she is absolutely going to can oh wait a minute. Do I know this waiter at all, or are they just a random waiter? Do I get a sense that they're anything like important, or do I get the sense that they're someone's patsy?
So that's so they're kind of somebody's patsy. That's in
Okay.
terms of like underlings and like just kind of generic people that are still in the supernatural world. Normally, you don't roll like face to a name with them.
Right.
Just to avoid like I'm gonna roll face to a name with every thug in this vampire's coven type thing.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to think. Is do I get the sense that it's like, oh my god, that's Graflockenhaken. I can't believe he's here, or is it like, ugh,
No, this
stupid Malthusius and his dumbasses that he gets at the like job recruitment fair?
yeah, this is not a major
what'd you
player
call
that you
him?
recognize.
Is he, is he a Ted? Is he a Ted, Patrick?
Yes, he's a Ted.
He's a Ted. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna kind of kind of pull Preston along, and she's gonna toss a saucy wink over her shoulder at like the idiot pouring wine, as if to, and because flipping him off in the middle of this 5-star restaurant would probably not be very appropriate,
Yeah.
and she's gonna pull Preston out on the patio into like the middle of the group of people, so that, and she's gonna keep an eye sort of over his shoulder. I imagine she's not super tall, but she wears like impossibly high shoes
Got it. All right.
that he pays for.
Yeah, I think if it's okay with you, we will, as you've at least put some distance between you and maybe just a waiter with like another like something shiny in his pocket. I don't know. We'll cut away to Don for a bit. Now, before we get right into the action with Don, would you like to use your opening move, Zan?
You know, I think I would.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, Icy. Yeah, I would kind of like to do that. So the ability is when time passes, choose someone in your web and learn a secret about them that they'd rather keep buried. Mark corruption to ask a follow-up question about the answer.
Yep. Now your web is essentially anybody that you've got debts on, both NPCs and player characters. So you can ask a question about one of the PCs if you'd like, or any of your NPCs that you've got in there.
Right at this moment, I would like to suddenly recall something about was it Leona?
Oh, you mean your werewolf friend?
The one that's coming from my throat. Yeah,
Yes.
I want to remember anything about her.
Lane. So you want to learn a secret about Lane that they'd rather keep buried.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, it's Lane has been getting a bit hooked on the gorge lately, and to the point where she is looking for, maybe she's not getting it from the best suppliers or the most reputable sources.
Um, um,
Would you like to ask a follow-up question about that answer?
what kind of fucking dumb horseshoe crab bullshit is that? Of course I'm gonna ask a follow-up question.
Okay.
Does it look like she's high right now?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes, you
Well, I
are.
was-
You get to mark a corruption for that.
Yeah, I
And
do.
you absolutely, especially Gorge specifically, you recognize the effects that it has on the body enough to realize that she is on Gorge right now and she is not having the best time of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
haven't
clearly.
observed this specific reaction of, a wolf on a bad Gorge trip going feral, but that appears to be what's happening.
Yeah,
As we cut
okay.
back to her lunging at your neck with her fangs.
Yeah, Cool. So this is unusual and not ideal, admittedly. Um, but I think that Don thinks pretty quick on his teeth, and
You should be
that
ashamed.
he, yeah, I know, right?
I
I
hate you.
think why do you hate me? What?
No, just proceed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think he thinks pretty quick on his feet and just decides that, oh, hey, I guess we're making a scene tonight. That's fine. I didn't sign up for improv classes tonight. And
I didn't want
so,
attention when I put together this whole big party here.
I mean, I wanted attention. I just didn't want, like, to do a photo shoot because this is going to get bloody. Um, and so, uh, I think,
If it would help, just to go over some of your since we are all still pretty new to the game, there are a variety of the basic moves that you could use in this situation depending on like what your goal is.
yeah, so I
She's
think I know
teeth
which
are
one I'm
not in
gonna
your
use.
neck yet, so like
I think I'm gonna use get in someone's way. So I think I'm going to
so get
say,
get in the way. I will let you know. Lend a hand and get in the way are specifically for other PCs. So they are
oh, they are.
yeah. That is to either help. Essentially, it's to help or hinder your other players.
Shit. Okay, damn
Essentially,
it.
like a successful use of one of your basic moves could get in Lane's way. So, like,
Okay,
for instance, like turning to violence with her, depending on how well you roll, you like that would be if like you just launched right into a brawl with her. You'd probably still get hurt with
yeah,
that. You could let it
yeah.
out to try and be like vampire-y quick or that kind of thing. Or if you're just
Mhm.
trying to dodge, that might be like a keep your cool thing. So there's lots of ways to go with it. Mechanically, though, get in the way is specifically for PCs.
Okay, cool. I was not entirely sure about that. uh, what is my let it out, man? Vampire let it out does a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You got some juicy options in your let it
I
out.
do, I do, but I am really bad um with spirit.
Yeah.
I'm real bad with. So what are the consequences for rolling bad with spirit?
So for let it out specifically, uh,
Uh-huh.
it's you when you let out the power within you. You roll with spirit. On a hit, you mark corruption and activate one of those abilities from your playbook. I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you that it's either going to be a costly effect, that the effect is limited, or it's unstable. On a
Okay.
10 plus, you could choose to limit whatever little modifier I just put on it. You could choose to get rid of that, or you could
Mhm.
not take corruption. Like
Okay.
any of the basic moves, on a miss, I essentially get to pull some bullshit. Is what that's what we'll call the MC moves. Is just pulling some bullshit.
All right. Well, all right. Oh, that's not great.
It's
Um,
fine. You'll be
oh,
fine.
but
Vampires are hardy. You'll be okay.
right. I think I'm gonna try to roll with this in his way first. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to do something violent, but we're going to make it look very theatric.
Okay.
So the goal is not really to like hurt uh, them. The goal is to
Mhm.
destroy some property with them and make them look silly.
Okay. Yeah. So it's on turning to violence. You do. It says you inflict harm as established. If you want
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
establish that you're not doing harm or pulling your punch, we could do it that way.
I am going to still be fucking throwing her through
Okay.
something.
You just want to
It's
look cool doing it.
yeah, it's more about the finesse than the actual like damage with it.
Yeah, I think that'd probably be most. That would fall most under turn to violence.
All right, so this is gonna be with a +2.
Yeah, this is with your blood.
It is. This
7.
is a 9.
Oh, okay, yeah. Didn't see. Yeah. So on a 9, when you turn to violence, roll with blood. On a hit, you inflict harm as established, and your opposition chooses 1. Uh, oh, so I picked. They inflict harm on you, they put you in a bad spot, or they create an opening to flee. Yeah, she's not looking to flee, so that's really just the other two. um, yeah, I think you both inflict harm on each other.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I think she gets that bite into you, into your neck as you're winding up, and I think you're gonna take 2 harm from this.
Okay, cool, cool. That
And
is
then you tell me what you do in response.
so I think what what he will do is as she lunges towards him and sinks her teeth into his shoulder or into his neck, he's going to try to roll with it and like grab her by the back of the head and turn her like I'm sure just ripping his throat open in the process, kind of roll with it into a stunner. Some kind of dumb and impractical move that is going to look really nice, but definitely just it is kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is she going through any like tables or furniture, anything like that?
I think that I'm going to like jump over to the side when I do it and try to like catch her on the side of a chair.
Yeah, absolutely. So that absolutely happens as you described it. I think harm is established, kind of smashing a wolf through some shit, and with your vampire strength, let's just call that 2 harm back to her.
Okay.
And it's as you slam her down, you're seeing the fangs are getting longer, and the big long curly hair that she's got is spreading. She is fully transforming.
Oh, oh, love, we're gonna have a bad time. You're not gonna. Oh, she's not gonna enjoy this. Okay. So this is as I've spun around, just free bleeding from the neck and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
There
and
are it the crowd around you is definitely parting. Word is there's some screams, and I think the band has stopped playing now.
okay. Ha. So she's lying on the ground. I am going to, because I've been technically here on business.
Mhm.
So as much as it's pained me, I've probably had sunglasses on, just being a douche and wearing them at night. Um, and so I think I'm gonna pull the sunglasses down and try to make eye contact with her. Just the quickest way that I can put her down is to have a little snack.
Okay. Oh, so you are feeding on Lane.
Oh yeah, no, she's hurt me pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna feed on her.
Okay. Yeah. So your eternal hunger move. When you
Uh-huh.
hunger for human blood, flesh, or emotions, she's close enough. She's werewolf will count with this.
Mm-hmm.
Roll with blood. On a 10 plus, you take all 3 from this list, and on a 7 to 9, you choose 2. Or misses can happen.
Yeah, where the hunger gets the best of me and everyone suffers. That
Yeah.
little bit. Oh, that little bit. Okay,
This isn't a crowded place. It's
that's
fine.
fine.
It's
Nothing's gonna
fine.
happen. All right, so this is gonna be with another +2.
Yep.
That's an
Nice. Yeah,
11.
so that is a full success. You can heal 1 harm or take 1 forward. You learn a
Mhm.
secret about your prey, and your prey doesn't suffer 3 armor piercing harm, which would have been real bad for her.
Yeah, could we say that my prey doesn't take 3 armor piercing harm because they take 2 armor piercing harm?
Yeah, that's still pretty bad for her.
1 armor piercing harm?
No, I mean no, that's fine. That's she's not dead. If that was your
Okay, I
concern.
don't want to kill her, but I
Yeah,
really don't want her to get
I
up.
assumed you would tell me if you wanted. Like I would give you a notice if you were about to kill this NPC.
Yeah, no, I'm
Wow.
the intent is not to kill her,
Yeah.
but the intent is uh to kind of incapacitate her.
Hmm.
Um, so after um, so after feeding,
Hmm.
I do learn a secret. What
Yes.
did I learn?
You get, I think you get some flashes back to her. I think maybe because it's the whole like locking eyes as she takes you in, right? It's, I think you get a flash of a memory back to like her walking by one of your posters that's like slapped up on a wall, as she is climbing into a sewer, we'll say climbing out of a sewer, over by the end of the Rainbow Mall.
Oh,
And you see kind of just pulling out of her pocket, it looks like she might have just gotten some drugs from
oh.
from underneath the mall.
Okay.
And
Uh,
she's still she's pretty hurt, but she's looking like she's, God, how to she's going full wolf still. Like she's not stopping. The wolves in this game, they can go anywhere from like their human form to like the kind of classic like mixed form of like bipedal
mhm.
wolf to, they can also just go full like big ass angry doggo.
Mhm.
She's continuing on to that point, but
Okay.
there's some animal cries, or not. No, there's essentially um she's not looking, so she seems tired, I think is what we'll say.
Cool. So I'm going to uh, pick her up off the ground by the collar, and look at her, and go, "Who sent you? Was it that bastard, that one-eared son of a bitch? Did he send you here to take down my protege? Not today. I do not think so." And will lift her up with one arm and choke slam her through a table, in a very like chest out fashion,
Mm-hmm.
and do it. You know, could definitely get like a good like while he
Got it.
does it.
So we're
Yeah,
trying to incapacitate at this point.
we are trying to
Okay.
incapacitate at this point. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Um.
Also, I have a suggestion for the role.
Yeah.
Would this be cold blooded because I am flaunting mortal conventions and expectations?
So I was thinking that too, as a keep your cool move, because I was also thinking you're trying to convince the crowd essentially that this is part of the show, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's, why don't we say this is a keep your cool rolling with blood, and this is to essentially to end this conflict. You're trying to avoid the conflict keeping going and people seeing through the illusion.
Yeah,
That sound
yeah.
okay?
That's it. Yep, that's 100% it. Come on, Dice, don't fuck me. Oh, Dice, you fucked me.
Oh no!
Oh, Dice, you fucked me real
Oh
bad.
no!
Oh,
It's
Dice.
only a +2.
It's only a +2. It's only a +2. Oh no.
Oh
Oh no, that's a 6. Oh
yeah.
no.
No, bud. That's a 6. Yeah.
Oh
Um.
man. So I'm really excited about this imp, Patrick. I'm real,
No,
real
no.
hyped.
It's, you know what? That is, you drive her down through the table. She goes unconscious. A few people near Snowpea, picking up on what you're trying to do, starts, trying to get the crowd to a round of applause. Um, but something about, I don't know how often you've tasted wolf before. Um, Probably even less frequently have you tasted wolf that's got a shitload of gorge in the system, but you are ravenous right now. You just fed and you feel like you are starving.
Oh.
But Lane is
Yeah.
unconscious.
Okay, cool. Well, if I'm feeling hungry and ravenous,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull the glasses down and go, anybody, does anyone else think they've got what it takes to take the champion?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is our intention here?
Um, I'm trying to get somebody to make eye contact with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any anybody specific, or
Um,
just the first like juicy person in the way?
I mean, I'm hungry though. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little hangry.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, anyone.
Yeah. Ooh. for sure. I'm trying to think of how this would work.
And this was the game that Zan got 19 corruption points from feeding on everyone in this fucking
Oh,
crowd.
right. You get corruption for feeding on unwilling victims. That
Uh-huh.
is your thing.
Uh-huh. It is, yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
You know what? This feels like maybe another eternal hunger roll, but maybe at a bit of a penalty. Since it's the hunger is
Okay.
kind of essentially you're having a harder time limiting yourself, I think, with it.
Okay, cool. What's the penalty?
Well, it's I think if you tell me what Don would do. Would he try and feed deep in this state? Would he be feeding deeply on one person, or would he be hitting kind of a crowd?
He's gonna just spray. He's
Okay.
scanning the crowd, looking for anybody brave enough to make eye contact for just a second.
Okay. Yeah. That changes things.
Because it's supposed to be, a little,
Mhm.
like an all-you-can-eat fucking charcuterie
Yeah.
of
So you're just
nuts and everything.
you're grabbing like all the nuts out of the mixed nuts, just chomping on everything,
Mhm.
getting little. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this is gonna be. God, I'm trying to think of something that's not just making you roll the same things over and over again. But I feel like this is gonna be a keep your cool to restrain yourself from just.
Okay.
Or you tell me, I guess, what you think the consequence would be instead of me trying to come up with it.
I think
I think there's cases to be made for a few different things.
the one that immediately comes to my mind is that um, Don gets a little caught up in the kayfabe,
Mm-hmm.
um, and doesn't get quite enough of a snack from everyone the first round, and so something bad could happen. Could be that he's got to one up himself, um, and then that could lead to untold shenanigans. Um, Otherwise, I can see a few people like in the front row or something, maybe dropping with a seizure, or like just accidentally taking a little bit too much, or maybe like too many secrets all at once.
Here's a pitch for you.
Hmm.
You will roll Eternal Hunger. You feed on a little bit of a crowd. Works just like normal, but assuming they survive, you leave a lasting impression on them.
Okay, that's not bad. Also, what if on a failed roll I shared my current high?
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, why don't we go Eternal Hunger? I think there's the I think to keep the roll the same as how it has been, there's just going to be a bit of a consequence on people even if they survive, but nothing that'll put you in immediate danger.
Sure thing, sure thing. So I'm rolling with blood, or am I taking a penalty?
No penalty because of this after effect.
Sure thing. 8.
All right. Yeah, so
Whew.
choose two from this list for this crowd. Essentially, you can. The list was that they don't suffer enough harm to be very bad for normal people.
Hmm.
You learn a secret about them, or you heal one harm, and you get to
Okay.
choose two, or take one forward.
I'm going to heal my last harm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'll say with normal people, 3 harm is enough where they'll either be dead or require emergency assistance like now.
okay,
Just to let
cool,
you know.
cool. I appreciate that. So that's going to be one of them. I don't want them to die.
Okay.
Uh, and I am actually torn on whether I want to take a forward or heal +1. I think at this point it's about the drive, just like the hunger that is driving him. And I think it's more about just sating that hunger than it is necessarily healing. So it feels like storing it with a +1 forward would
Okay.
be more appropriate than healing that last point of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so what does that look, essentially, what does the reaction of the crowd look like as you feed on them?
I think there's an immediate like shift in the body language of the first like few of the closest bunch, and then as the gaze kind of goes on, it probably lingers, kind of loosens a little bit. Um, but like there's definitely an immediate tensing and then kind of relaxing and an air of tension, not necessarily like aggression, not not mindless, bone shattering hunger, but just tension that, okay, hey, this is really cool. Is this gonna stop now, or is this gonna like fucking start a riot? Just that, like we're waiting on the next song from the fucking band, and that's gonna determine what the fuck happens to this place.
Yeah, I think. I forget. Did you name the proprietor? I know that they are a golem,
I think it's
and I know their name is not Gene.
yeah, no, I think it's they bought it from somebody named Gene, but they no, I don't think so. Why don't you hit me with something?
Yeah. Why don't we go with let's go with Wick.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, you notice Wick is
Naming him after my favorite Chicago-based rapper. That's really great.
You notice that Snow Pea has been kind of closer to you, trying to get the crowd into the idea that this is a show. Has given you a bit of a look after having seen you take the glasses off, like, the fuck are you doing right now? And Wick is just kind of from behind the bar. He's gone over to the band, the Dented Bucket, and he is encouraging them to start playing again. And you hear kind of slightly offbeat as they're trying to like also figure out the fuck just happened here.
So I think
they
what he's
start
gonna,
playing.
I think what he's gonna do is go, Maestro, please.
Yeah, they they were confused, but they know how to put on a show, so they will take that cue and start playing. And Snowpea's like, what the fuck was this?
Look, we came in here. We came in here with Plan A and Plan B, but turned out it was Option C that needed to happen. It was another one of those unknown unknowns. It wasn't a known unknown. Like we don't know the person who's stalking you, but now we know that there are other things that we don't know, so we have a much broader base of known unknowns. You want to fucking dance for a little while? Because I'm fucking jammed right now.
Are we doing anything about your assailant here?
Yeah.
I mean, I always want to dance, but I don't think we shouldn't just leave her on the floor, right?
You're right. I know someone. I'll call someone. Can you not really spread around the whole like glasses thing? Like we keep that a little secret between us.
That you wear them? I think everyone can
you
see them.
saw the whole like thing with the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who I would tell that doesn't already know. I don't really talk to.
No, that's fine. They can know that I do it. This is just not the best place for it.
Yeah, that was my thought, too.
Cool. So we'll keep that a little secret. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So, since they have agreed to keep that a secret, that means that... What are we doing here? I got a fucking...
You tell me. What are we doing here?
I got a thing. When I share a moment of intimacy, physical or emotional, with another person, tell them a secret about yourself or owe them a debt. Either way, they enter your web and owe you a debt.
God, so what do you say? Would you say this is a moment of intimacy between you and
I would
Snoopy?
say that a little bit like her being behind the gaze and seeing me throw it out like that. I would say that
Okay,
that is the moment of intimacy
got it.
because she saw past the veneer that he tries to keep up.
Got it. So this is essentially she saw a side of you that not
Yeah,
you
that we
keep
try
this
to
side of
keep.
you pretty private.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is not good. This that side of me is not good for business.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's. Do you have wild marked already?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Probably, because
Um,
that was who you had your
I
rumor about.
yeah, I've got heart and no, I've got night and wild marked.
Okay. Yeah. So it's if you intimacy moves do mark those if you don't have it already. But yeah, read your intimacy move again.
Sure, my intimacy move is when I share a moment of intimacy, physical or emotional, with
Hmm.
another person, tell them a secret about yourself or owe them a debt. Either way, they enter your web and owe you a debt.
Okay. And
So she had seen a secret.
I was gonna say what specifically is the secret, just so I know what to
The,
limit information wise to other people.
the secret is going to be the double dip. The like okay, fully fed, like out of a life-threatening circumstance and took care of the situation. I think that's fine and nobody would fucking care. And
Okay.
he wouldn't care if someone else did that in his situation. But if one of his fighters did the shit that he just did and double dipped into the crowd after the situation was resolved,
Got it.
that was when there would be an issue.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you've got another debt on Snoopy because you already had one, right?
It did,
And
yeah, yeah.
she remains in your web.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, she'll do that. She'll do that. Okay,
Yeah. So I mean, are we? What are we doing? Am I safe here? Do you have more people coming for you?
Um. Yeah. No. Let me go make a phone call really quick, and we will have that situation eradicated. Uh. And so I'm gonna call somebody.
Yeah.
Um. Honestly, I'm probably gonna call. I'm probably gonna call the EMT.
Oh yeah, Brooks. Yeah. That would be a hit the streets move with Knight.
Fantastic. Um.
Yeah. So
So
hitting the
yeah.
streets is when you hit the streets to get what you need, name who you're going to, and roll with their circle. On a hit, they're available and have the stuff. On a 7 to 9, you choose from a list of consequences.
Sure thing. So that's with their. That's night, you said?
Yep. And if you said you have night marked already, right?
I do have night marked, yes.
Got it.
I do not have mortalis or power marked.
Yeah.
Um,
I only ask because you would mark night now if you didn't already have it marked.
um,
Yeah. Or if
it's
if
not
you
really.
have somebody in Mortalis or Power that you would think you would take a knocked out, drugged up werewolf to, you could. It is in my opinion, it's not metagaming to choose one of the circles you still need to mark. That is how you get involved with the different factions of the city.
Okay. In that case,
But
I'm going
Brooks is
to.
absolutely an appropriate choice too.
Yeah, I'm interested to interweave Brooks into this a little bit more. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna bypass the extra, and I will just uh, go for Brooks.
All right. Let's get that night roll.
Fantastic. So that is going to be 2d6 plus one for night, but plus one forward because
Nice.
Daddy's
Yes.
belly is full. That's going to be a 9.
Yeah. So we still do get a complication. And you get to choose. Is
Hmm.
Brooks juggling his own problems right now, or is coming to help you out with this going to cost more than you thought?
Mm. I think Brooks is dealing with Brooks bullshit right now.
Okay.
Um, so if he leaves me on fucking red, um,
Oh, are you texting or calling? How does Don use phones? Being
um,
as old as he
I
is.
I think Don uses text to speech or speech to text, so he just holds up his phone and just kind of like goes at it. and so there's no punctuation. There's strange word mix-ups,
Mm-hmm.
or he does the awful thing that one of my exes used to do, and will just record a voice memo and just send it, just the voice memo. Probably just the voice memo. It probably just sends like a really long voice memo.
Okay. What does it say? Like, what is specifically your request?
Uh, Hey Brooks, it's Dom here. You know, we're down over at the shallow Gene Shallow Pool, and we're over here having a great concert. Just wanted you to let me know if you were still planning on coming by and having a fantastic time with the Dented Bucket. I mean, there's no rush, no real need for you to be here. But if you did come, it would probably be beneficial to bring some supplies because I did not I did put Leah through a table. So that's the situation that we do have here. So we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. I'm really looking forward to you being here though, because it's a great concert, and we're doing some real good PR work, and I think we can get some good gossip columns about who's this person hanging out with the Butcher of Blood, the HRD Don. Yeah, okay, yeah, just we'll. And I think the voice probably cut out somewhere like in there just due to message size. I'm not really sure where it was, but I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, absolutely. So it's does Brooks typically give you a call back, or do they just know to show up? What's the nature of this deal, this relationship?
I think Brooks typically
Oh,
responds in gifs or gifs depending on who would be saying it. I think that they just respond in without actual words. So Don never really knows what the situation. He just kind of like thumbs up whenever they send a GIF, and it's just like, oh no, it's the old man going, "Guess I'll die now." That what does that mean? I don't get it. Sure, great.
yeah. I think you do get you actually get that specific GIF of old man going, "Guess I'll die now." You get um, you get another GIF of somebody that's just getting pelted with clocks, um, and then just somebody stuck in traffic.
Excellent. I'll see you in 5.
Yeah. Perfect.
But
I think if it's cool with you, I think we may jump back to our
can
yeah. Go for it.
can we put her in the deep free or in the walk-in? We just need to put her in the walk-in. That's it.
Who are you
Let's
out?
do
Who are you
it.
asking? Are you asking
I'm,
Wick?
I'm asking Wick. I'm just like, my friend, I think this adversary needs to cool off. Fucking please, Wick. I don't know what to fucking do. She's gonna fucking come out of this shit any fucking minute. Let's just put her in the cooler. It's fine. No one will see her.
I don't need this kind of crap at my bar. I think you know that. But what I think you need to persuade him with either threats, promises, or seduction. Is the move.
All three.
Yes, it's I mean, for the record, when you persuade an NPC with seduction, promises, or threats is the move.
Okay.
I'm saying all three are good.
Let's do
all
promises.
Alternative, and it's if things don't go well, like you could still always like offer a debt, for instance, or they may demand a debt.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'll just roll. Just promises.
Yeah. So what are you promising? And then roll.
I'm promising. I think he and I have a. God. Oh, this is the worst. I think that there is. Oh, I hate that I'm saying these words. I think that there's a local improv group called the Punky
No.
Brewsters, like with BREW sters, that I think
No.
that Wick is part of, and he wants me to come to their show and do the audience participation part and like come on stage and shit. And it's the fucking worst, and it's so bad for my goddamn PR.
Sure. So you're promising him that Don will make an appearance at a Punky Brewster's improv show.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can store an unconscious, drugged up werewolf in the walk-in.
You know, it's definitely not a fair trade, but Dom, Wick will just have to get the better end of the deal today.
No, that's great. Give us a heart roll there, bud.
I don't, but I don't want to. Is the thing.
Why?
Yeah, I will though. It's gonna be +1, so it's gonna be an 8.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, they counter your offer or demand payment, a debt, a favor, or resources before agreeing to follow through. Yeah, I think just to keep things simple here, it's if you're still gonna owe me. You're still gonna owe me for this.
The Blood Butcher always cashes his debts.
Okay, so Wick has a debt on Don.
Does.
And yeah, you can however you'd like. You can store Lane in the walk-in.
Yeah, that's it. Well, just we don't need to go into it. Just basic secured, bound in the lock-in, walk-in. I guess it's technically both now.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to cut back to Vesuvius, who, as one person is getting locked up, another is escaping a situation.
Would it be cool if we went on a bio real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry about that. We will be back in about 5-10 minutes, folks. And yeah, we will hop in. We'll hop back with our demon friend at that time.
Vampiric Oldman Blatter. Oh no!
No, thank you. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. All right, we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. We're back. And Nikki's here. Our group is all here. Nikki, do you want to introduce yourself and tell folks a little bit about Casey? No, you don't. Do you want to introduce Casey? No? Okay. Do you want the next scene, or should we jump in with somebody else so you can observe for a bit?
Yeah, just start with somebody else.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in a daring escape right now, so it'll be a good intro.
Yeah, I mean, you successfully escaped. We'll jump back in with Leland's character Vesuvius. What happened so far is Vesuvius was sort of abducted, sort of not, because he just came along for the ride, but taken into a car with an angry woman named Gloves, who he deduced on the trip was taking him back to her maybe cult that is maybe doing human sacrifices and is maybe not happy with Vesuvius telling people that that's what they might be doing.
Yeah.
So then he turned into a demon, melted a hole in her car, and is now currently flying away, having left his cell phone behind.
My demon form looks like a charred skeleton with glowing red demonic runes carved in it, with like an aura of flame around him. And I forgot to describe like the crown of flame that kind of goes around like in points, almost like a Statue of Liberty.
That crown is very important for melting the hole in the roof of Gloves'
exactly.
car.
Yeah, just yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you are airborne and free and clear based off of your escape roll last time. So where would Vesuvius be heading right now?
The closest establishment of one of these characters.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know who's home. You're a bit across town from Don's usual hangouts. like from the gym and his
Plus, I owe him
compound.
money.
The closest would be Olive's shop, and then Casey's, the mall that Casey works at, and the restaurant that she lives above are a bit further away, and then Don is kind of the furthest in terms of their
The mall's
normal
probably
spots.
closed anyway, right?
I mean,
or is it one of those cool ass like open late malls?
I mean, who knows what the supernatural community does there after normal hours?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can. I mean, you're welcome to call any of your associates. Just show up at their places of business or homes, or you could, if you want to hit up an NPC, you could hit the streets for some help.
I am going to fly to Olive's home or Olive's shop, and I'm going to whenever I get about like a number of feet above the ground that I know my armor will prevent me from hurting myself, I'm going to just shift back into human form and just drop out of the air and like land at the back door.
Just gonna fall with style.
Yeah. I imagine like 10 feet or something would probably do like 1 damage. So I just drop 10 feet, land real cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna, one of the things about my transformation is I have like bits of ash on me, like on my clothes that I like brush off afterwards. Like my clothes are still intact and everything. I'm not like the Hulk. I don't destroy my outfit on stretchy fireproof pants or anything. But so I'm just gonna knock on the back door.
Yeah.
Anybody there?
There's no answer.
Oh, all right. Well,
Jen, would Olive have any? I know we talked about the camera she has set up in her store. Does she have anything monitoring the back door that would be going off?
Yeah, I mean, I think she would for like deliveries of like her not questionable goods.
Totally legitimate.
Yeah, I mean, like the stupid incense sticks have to come from somewhere. So I think she definitely has a door for deliveries. Of a camera to like let her know that there's deliveries.
Yeah. I mean, I seem to remember last week you said that your cameras are set up to automatically notify you when they go off. So it's you get a notification as you and Preston are escape dancing on a patio.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Hat and cane routine that we've sort of cooked up as a whole thing.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you check your phone while you're doing this, or is that a notification that's left for later?
Yeah, I mean, no, she doesn't check her phone, but like, I feel like,
I mean,
like,
I don't know how. I don't know what petty bullshit she uses her powers for. I assume that an oracle might be able to read their messages without checking the phone. I don't know. Like, read what the message would be in the future when you look at it.
It's like objects. So, like, I would say, like, I imagine Vesuvius is enough of, like, a sort of hapless kind of, like, I imagine this is not the first time that Vesuvius has gotten himself into some trouble and, like, fallen with style somewhere.
You have to replace those bricks pretty often in the back.
Right. I imagine that, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of a, like, I don't know, I mean, like, she has, like, the whole building. So, I mean, if he wants to, like, I mean, he could get into her apartment if he, like, really felt like it.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt he could try. I'm just curious what your involvement in the situation is right now. Are you making? Is Olive aware of this, or is she continuing about her business at the restaurant?
I think that she is aware of it, and she, like, I don't know, like the spectral sort of like incoming is kind of there. And I think that she sort of pulls Preston, like, and sort of takes her phone, like, out of, like, her bra because classy. Well, no, she has like a very nice like crossbody clutch bag. That's more her style, kind of boho, but like clearly was bought at like Bloomingdale's. And he like takes it out, and like you have to look really close to realize that like she spent a shit ton of money on her looks. She pulls it out and kind of keeping like one eye on the waitstaff and one eye on the phone. She just like shakes her head and is like, "Son of a bitch." And I think she's going to like it's like one of those like nest things where you can talk to the people that are out there. So she's going to click the button and like say into the phone so that it comes out the little speaker thing like spare key, dumbass, and like turn it off and like
I'm gonna look up
bag
and like look around and kind of. It takes me a minute to figure out exactly where it's coming from. My character's a little dense. I don't know, -1 mind. You know what I mean?
The help you're getting because I'm trying not to get a televangelist murdered.
Yeah. So I am gonna remember where the spare key is underneath the little clay turtle statue outside on the grass. I'm going to lift it up, grab the key, slip in, and I'm going to text Olive and say, I need you to help me track something ASAP. I lost something really important in the back of a car.
Oh, how are you texting
How are
her?
you going to text me?
Oh shit. I'm going to hop on your computer and see if her Facebook's logged in, and then I'm going to Facebook message herself.
Yeah, that key literally like lets you into like a stock room and no further.
No.
Like a holding cell.
I use my backup phone, my burner phone that I buy Gorge from or with. I'm just kidding. I don't have one of those. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really dumb. I forgot that I lost. That would. No, I would need my cell phone to.
You've been let into a closet of the shop.
Well,
you have ways to access the rest of the shop that
I don't want to set fire to the place.
No, it's you check out your let it out moves. You can, as a demon, you can move through or past a physical obstacle created by mortal hands if you'd like.
Where does it say that at?
At the bottom of your tainted moves, there's a big box that says let it out.
Oh, these are just things I can do any day?
Yep.
Any day of the week?
You have to roll let it out, which is a spirit roll. And then you could do one of those things.
Well, son of a bee sting! I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even read these.
Which would get you further into her shop if that helps you with things.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna try and like turn into fire and like squeeze through the cracks of the door.
Sure.
But it doesn't like ignite things. It does like char them.
Yeah. So in that case, go ahead and roll spirit to let it.
So I'm just gonna have to be like wiping the char off later. Like it's not gonna actually. It's just like some black smut left behind, basically.
Yeah. So it's when you roll with this, if you get a 7 to 9, you mark corruption and you pick a move, or you pick one of those abilities.
Never mind. Did I use a porn word instead of a fire word? Anyway, continue. I don't know.
Why don't you just roll with spirit? We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna do that. Let's just see what happens. All right. Oh,
Perfect.
Nice. A 12.
Yeah. 12. So on a 10 plus, you get to ignore the consequences of this, which is so on a normal hit, you get to choose one of those things. You have to mark corruption, and the effect is either going to be costly, limited, or unstable. And I tell you which one and how. Since you rolled so well, you can either take the corruption and there's no complication, or you can take the complication and there's no corruption.
I'll take the corruption. I feel like I'm just going to keep getting corrupt until I die. So
go ahead and take a corruption then.
All right, let's do it. I'm corrupt. My character's just leaning into his demonic power pretty much until it starts to become problematic. I'm just
not already. Your deal's not already problematic for you, right?
Don't tell anyone that. It's a good deal.
Yeah, so you
Totally
can get
fair.
you can get into anywhere in the Olive residence that is just
Yeah, I'm
got
gonna do
mortal
what
barriers in the way.
I'm gonna do what I said because no one logs out of their damn email account. I'm gonna at least check the email account or the Facebook or something and see if there's a way I can like message her so that way she'll get another notification on her phone, but from herself.
Do you think there would be a way for Vesuvius to do that pretty easily, Olive? What is your cybersecurity in the home?
I mean, like the computer situation, like,
you know what? It's regardless. You're getting more notifications from the other cameras in your place going off as he travels.
Yeah, I would say like
store.
that would be like because the computers downstairs are all shut off and would require all the logins. Her laptop and computer situation upstairs is all shut off. The store's phone, but like
I don't have your number memorized. No one.
right, he doesn't. Why would he do that? That's why he has a cell phone. Access to. So I would say that like there isn't really anything like Olive. There's too many shady characters in Ruby Tooth Bay for Olive to be like, and here's my personal social media account.
Well, just tune in on the damn security system and talk to me through the intercom or something. I'm gonna start burning shit if I can't get in touch with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
So
Olive, what is your response?
So I think at this point, like Olive is pulling the whole like with Preston, like we're gonna go walk on the beach privately, like oh romantic dinner situation, which is like not what is happening. Like, so she's gonna like sort of take his hand like as if they were basically gonna go mack it under a dock somewhere, and she's gonna sort of like walk with him and like take out her phone and go back to like her app thing, and she's gonna be like, damn it, what is like, and I feel like it's like one-way communication. Like I don't feel like inside the shop she can hear him.
Yeah,
but like he can hear her, and she's gonna be like, boy, you better have the fires of hell itself on your tail if you are in my shop this time of night.
Don't forget you have debts to cash on each other too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's one directional or not.
But it's both directions.
But it's for leaving the restaurant. Your keep your cool roll last time, I'll say, gave you all an opening where you notice that server has moved towards the outside and is whispering to at least two other servers who's looking in your direction.
Yeah.
But you've given yourself an opening to escape, which is what you need for the escape a situation move.
Yeah.
So that is a roll with blood.
Yeah. I think okay. What do I have for blood? Probably nothing good. Oh, I have just normal. It's not a negative.
Yeah.
She has negative heart, which oh, that's a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. Well, kids, Olive's had a good run. It's been fun. It's been a joy playing with you all. What is that line? It's like the Titanic. They keep playing the music as it's just going down. It's me right now.
No, it'll be fine.
I hate you.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor playing with you.
Yes.
Or it's been the greatest honor of my life has been playing with you, or something like that.
Oh, there's like nothing.
Here we go. I'm looking through my moves that I get to make in response.
Your moves. I don't like those.
Yeah.
I don't like that you have moves personally.
You're pretty close to. We'll say that there's like fancy yachts and shit around here. Because you went to an upscale dining facility.
Oh yeah, there are totally people who sail up there and like get there, don't even mingle on the street with the common folk.
Yeah, it's. I think you see in, you see going by in, what looks like a speedboat. You see Triveria
Oh my
just
god, yes.
slowing down and approaching. You look like you might need some help.
She is like overjoyed. She sort of drags Preston and hops herself like, Triv, it is so good to see you.
Above table, you're gonna at least owe her a debt for this.
Oh my god, that's totally fine. So is it owe her a debt, or is it what? Do we don't have one, do we? Do I have one on her?
It's even if you had one on her, it's the way that it works, kind of like similar to how you and Bruin have debts on each other.
Okay.
Usually, it's like you'll just both get a debt, and then you can resolve those how you'd like. But
Great.
she's gonna take one for you on this.
Yes. So it very genuinely, like, not at like, Olive is smart enough to know that, like, she is not of enough consequence to either of these two people to, like, be able, like, she doesn't have a dog in this fight, and she's smart enough to, like, not adopt one tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so she's just gonna be like, Preston, this is my friend that I was telling you about who might help you with your little problem. Triv, if I may introduce, Preston Carver. And she's gonna sort of, like, essentially, like, steamroll, sort of drag him up onto the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And if he offers, is he going to offer any sort of resistance, or does he figure that Olive isn't, like, absconding with him for?
I think he's confused, but he's not resisting.
Okay.
He's starting to look over his shoulder like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and Olive, as he does that, Olive is going to be like, Preston, darling. I think it is in your best interest, as someone who would like to remain alive for as long as possible, that we get on this boat with my new best friend, Triv. And she's gonna kind of give a smile at Triv. It's like, you and I both fucking know that we are not best friends. And be like, get our asses out of here. And she's gonna, like, take are the servers, like, coming toward us?
Yes. There's a couple now that have broken away and are just trying to catch up.
She is going to take open up her wallet and take, like, I'd say, like, 300s, wrap them up with like a hairpin and sort of, like, throw it, be like like covering the bill, and sort of jump up on the boat.
Yeah. Triv will just say, I'd sit down if I were you two, and just cranks the boat up. And is just does one of those, like, really shitty move turns where just splashes water all over these poor servers that are chasing you with knives. And yeah, I gotta say, I was not expecting to run into you two so soon.
I was hoping that I would be able to discuss our what? I'm sorry, did I miss something?
I don't know if I missed something. Everybody's cameras just kind of went out besides us.
Oh, I see everybody moving.
Did you, I don't know if it's just on my screen, but it's
I
definitely
think
on
it's
the stream
on
now.
your stream, but it's definitely on stream.
Nikki just came back for a second. Oh, wow. This video is paused due to problems with your network.
Oh.
Oh, it's almost like you're in a thunder tornado?
That storm may be doing a little bit more.
Thundnado.
Mm-hmm.
It's still picking up your speech, though.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
This is a real interesting situation.
Oh, we lost Jen. Oh, well, see, that's because our despite all of our amazing vocal performances, our faces are really what carry the gravitas of this performance, and like the internet can't handle the sheer gesticulation that I'm doing at the moment. That's clearly it.
No, and it's what the stream can't handle is I really need some more faces to just bring up the average. I can't just be here on screen alone. That's not what anyone wants to see.
I have often been told I have a face for radio, so this might just be my big moment. So,
chat, do you mind telling us? I know the videos aren't working. Can you still? Is the audio still going well? If y'all don't mind just saying in chat, it's
you're actually kind of roboting a little bit there, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah, audio is still good, I guess, in chat.
Well, do we want to? What would y'all like to do? Do we want to?
Well, my character is just yelling at the intercom on her phone, which is muted right now. I imagine.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you're there.
I just imagine like Vesuvius is like screaming into the void.
It's like I don't want to turn into demon mode again, but I'll do it if I need to, if that's what'll get the attention of the cameras.
I'm just gonna try and exit some extra things and see if that helps us out.
So, yeah, I think that oh, Leland came back.
Yeah.
So I think that I think that she's going to again like open the app like once after when Triv soaks.
Yeah. What Triv was saying is she did not expect to run into y'all so soon. She's happy to, move forward. I'm happy to set up that meeting you and I discussed, but y'all are gonna have to hang around with me for one stop first. I got some business to do.
Before Preston can say anything, she puts her hand like on his knee, like a parent would, not like a "Hey baby," but more like a "Let the adults handle this one, darling." So she's gonna say, "I don't think, given the circumstances, that we are in a position to argue, and I will just express my gratitude for you being our way this evening." And she's gonna open up her phone and open up the app again and be like, just say to him like, "I'm gonna be home as soon as I can. Sit tight. If you go in the fridge in the stock room, there's some cheese sticks, and I got some beef jerky in there and bottles of water. That's about all I can offer you."
Oh yeah, those all sound fine. Thank you. I promise I won't burn anything. I may have yelled that a minute ago, but it was just a threat, hollow threat at that. So
she's gonna interrupt her. She can't hear him. She's gonna be like, "I swear to God, if there was one speck of soot on any part of my shop, you will be praying for the day that the earth opens up and swallows you whole."
Do you have any Lysol wipes?
I thought you were closed.
And she's gonna kind of like, she's gonna kind of smile at Triv and be like, "Apparently there are some people in Ruby Tooth Bay that don't respect posted hours."
Does a fake gasp.
I feel like Olive laughs like kind of conspiratorially. I think that Olive likes like legitimately like gets Triv, because Olive is like, I completely understand. Like this sort of negotiation of like playing the like Olive like respects that whole idea of like, you're in a bad situation. Preston is weighted down by the power of his own hubris, and you're gonna like capitalize. Yes, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Me and my $4,000 bag that holds half of an iPhone are here for that.
Cool. We can proceed a little bit more with Vesuvius in the store with that kind of what you were trying to get up to.
Yeah, no, I want to wait for her because I want to exchange a debt. What the debt that she owes me to get her to help me find the phone.
Okay.
Basically an iPhone tracking, or basically a smartphone tracking app of a person is what I'm trying to get out of her. Because I was too dumb to actually download the smartphone tracking app. So.
Right. You did mention you'd like. Is Olive actually going home soon? Because Triv was not planning on making any stops.
I mean, I can wait however long, and we can go on with like Nikki's character since we don't have too much time left and all that stuff. Like,
that's fine. Yeah, I'm just in terms of trying to figure out how those two things are going to play
So
out.
narratively, Olive has figured out that like she does not want to. She figures that like the less she knows about this, the better. And Olive can't like she can help reason with Preston, but like she can't force him or make him do anything. So like if Triv like she's done at this point, she said that she would arrange for them to meet. She has arranged for them to meet.
Got it. So essentially, as soon as you hit land, Olive's probably Ubering back to the shop.
I mean, like it also like she doesn't want to be above her pay grade in terms of her power level, and like Vesuvius is one thing, but like fucking with real demon stuff is like not. That's not all. Olive does not want a seat at that power table.
Okay, sure.
I mean, if she happens to find one, she will absolutely make use of it. But she's not like actively seeking to insert herself in that particular world. It's probably going to find her at some point again, but like she doesn't want to incur any wrath of any of the people who are chilling behind the scenes.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Nikki, are you cool if we cut over to Casey now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, do you want to tell folks a little bit about Casey and kind of what she's getting up to at? I think it's about 10 or 11 now on a Sunday night. And just since it's everyone's kind of first time meeting her, you could feel free just to describe her a bit if you want, kind of however much detail you'd like to give.
Sorry. You guys go ahead. I have to take care of something.
That's totally fine. We can jump back to. Why don't we jump back to words? Don. We could jump back to Don.
Good old Don. Yeah. Cool. What's up?
Yeah, so last we left off with you dumping a werewolf into a freezer. And
it's a
a hell of a
walk-in.
sentence.
A walk-in.
It's not a deep freeze. I don't want to kill her.
No.
I just want her to
She's
like
got plenty
walk-in
of fur.
cooler.
She'd be fine.
We've all been in a place in our lives, a time in the night where you have to go into the walk-in and scream for a little while.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm sure that we've all done that. I'm sure we've all dented the walk-in door. It's fine.
Right. So it's you also requested Brooke's assistance at that location. Are you and Snowpea sticking around until Brooke shows up, or are you leaving Lane to be Brooks' problem?
I think at the moment Wick is haggling with me about the show that I'm supposed to go to. And I think that next week, with kind of like the weather picking up and it's starting to get warm in Florida again, there's thunderstorms, tornadoes, and all that shit on the horizon. And so there is, for the start of the hurricane season, there's going to be a pre-hurricane party, which is going to be called the Be Gentle Festival, and it's just going to be a gin festival. That is the town's preparation that happens every year for gentle storms to come their way. Just a full weekend festival of drinking gin. And apparently the Punky Brewsters are going to be performing there, and that's the show that Wick is trying to get me to go to.
Yeah, is that the one you've been roped into specifically now?
Well, I feel like that's a call for you to make, but I feel like Wick is definitely pushing me towards like at least coming and like, don't you want to buy some tickets? It's please, it's a festival. Don't let it be empty.
Yeah, it's. I mean that would be the one that we could really use your help with. Getting seats in the chairs. You know, if you're there, you yell out some suggestions for us. You know, maybe if somebody asks, you know, what I got a really good lifeguard bit. If when somebody asks for like a profession, you could say lifeguard. Uh, you know, I got a whole thing prepared for that.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful, wonderful. We can. Yeah, okay. But like us three guests. Is that four, four guests? Yeah, you're right. Four. Me and the 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 crew will come in and the coven, yeah, the coven boys will come in and we'll yeah, we'll do some uh look friend, you've got me over a fucking barrel. I'll be there. It's fine. Just it's fine. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I only want you there if you want to be there. You know, I need a certain level of enthusiasm from the audience.
No,
There's a lot of
I'm gonna be bright. I'm gonna be
anticipation.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as a methed-out fucking squirrel. You've never seen anything like it in your fucking life. I guarantee it.
I mean, I've seen a lot of shit. I've been around for a while. You know, it's I get into lots of weird situations over the last hundreds of years or so. I've not. I will admit, I've not seen a squirrel on meth specifically.
It's a fucking sight. But actually, Wick, I hate to be, I do hate to be this person. Um, you know what do you think about one of you, one of the golems coming into town? Uh, you know, making their presence known with some of my folks. You know anything about that?
Like, not. I mean, nobody's having like a family reunion or anything like that, as far as I know. Like, who you asking about specifically?
That live in Statue Fuck.
Oh, I mean, I heard about it. So that's what you think? Yeah, I think he sounded like a construct. I haven't seen the guy. Uh, I mean, let me think. Um, you know what? I'm trying to think of how a good way to get you some information here. You might be hitting the streets here, even though you're already with who you need. Um, you could be, you know, essentially you could be trying to get information from him on some, like if you were gonna just go looking for any information on the living statue, that's probably what we would roll. Is you're like
Yeah, okay.
go look for somebody in the know.
Cool, cool.
So I think hit the streets with Wild here would be a good idea of how much information Wick actually has and is able to help you with right now.
All right, cool, cool, cool. So that was with Wild, you said?
I think so. It's
Oh,
unless you've got another way to kind of go about that.
no, I'm just man. I've gotta expand my power base out
No,
here.
I
So
know. I know.
I got
It's the
two check marks last game, and it was Night and Wild, and I've gotten two check marks this game, and it's the same ones. Um, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, then I will do that. What is the so that's a what roll?
it is 2d6 plus your Wild. And I mean, like,
Plus
if you were just chatting, you know, if you're just chatting him up and then you want to go find somebody else to ask, that's essentially that's what Hit the Streets is for. Like, if you're ever in need of a faction, you could just say, I want to go find somebody in power that might know about this, and then
um
essentially it's if an NPC doesn't already exist that would know about it, that's how we make one. Like, that's kind of
I
how you make NPCs in play.
I I think that Gene's shallow pool has a you know, for all of its fucking like atrocities, it does make a really good meat pie.
Hmm.
And so I think that the cook for the meat pies, who does all the meat pies, is still there because they just hang out. And I think that they are. Remind me again the difference between power and mortalis.
So Mortalis are people that know about the supernatural community and are in it without having like any extra abilities. Whereas power are they're mortals that have like either wizarding skills, oracles fall under there, like cult leaders that have like influence from like a group of followers kind of fall under there. Whereas Mortalis is stuff like, like just like hunters, normal people.
Okay.
Normal people comparatively.
I think that this is a kitchen witch.
Right.
I don't know their their gender identity or who they are, but I think that they are a kitchen witch, and they are the one that makes the hand pies for this just kind of grungy punk establishment. And it's just like, all right, well, we got 12 pies today. If you get them, you get them. If you don't, you don't. That's how many got fucking dropped off. Deal with it.
I got an idea. Yeah, why don't we say... Yeah, we'll say this is Nelly, she, them, and she is more... So were you looking for power or mortalis here?
I think that I was looking for power.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
The only reason I ask is because getting into the weeds a little bit, there is, in terms of playbooks that are going to be coming out for 2E, there is a witch playbook, which is going to be under mortalis. And
Oh,
it's
shit,
more about,
really?
like, more about kind of how they interact with the communities. Whereas, like, that would be more of, like, somebody like a potion seller, that kind of thing. If that was...
Then I think that might actually fit better. I think that you're right. We should do mortalis for that.
All right, cool. So let's roll with mortalis then.
Okay. I mean, that's way better than rolling with power. That's a +1 instead of a -1. Well, shit.
Nope.
That's a 6.
Yep. We're getting a lot of 6s today. We're getting on the edge, just close. So like, if you were together in the well, never mind. I was gonna say if we were together in the group, this would be a time to use like lend a hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you can actually lend a hand with circle moves anyway.
No.
So ignore me. Yeah. So.
Hey, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
So established that this person overheard me, correct?
Who overheard you?
This kitchen witch
Nelly?
overheard me. Yes, Nelly.
So she overheard the performance essentially.
Yeah, she overheard me and Wick talking. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that her knowing about my surprise role in the performance, is that gonna count as a secret that she overheard?
It can. What are you thinking here?
Because if it does, then that would put her in my web, which would then give me a +1 on rolls interacting with her.
So it's how would she get into your web? Explain that to me.
She through the intimacy move. If she hears me breaking character,
No, so
like...
I think for an intimacy move, you would have had to interact with her more directly than that.
All right, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, cool. I had to try.
No, why don't you know what? Why don't
I'll just take that fail. That's fine.
Yeah, I got. Do you want a new problem, or do you want one of your old problems to pop up?
No, let's get a new problem.
Okay. Yeah. What do you need? Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Leland's heads become part plant.
Yeah, I decided that this is what Olive's room looks like, and I'm just like sitting in her computer chair waiting for her to get back.
And no one on the stream knows.
No one on the stream knows.
It's a very raunchy, inappropriate NC-17 sex dungeon. Just
Is my camera not coming through?
No, nobody's is right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Cool. Good to know.
You know what? I think you are making your way over to Nelly, and you see at the edge of the club, or at the edge of the bar, you see a bunch of, just drunk assholes, like, cheering and whooping and hollering and throwing money in the hat of the human statue.
fuck me. Yeah, what do I do? Okay. Shit. I don't think that, I don't think that I have a move for that. Cool. So how would I go about making a let it out roll there?
I think you would tell me what you want to accomplish. Like, what is the goal of your let it out?
I think the goal of my let it out is to display my dominance. Low status NPCs flee. PCs must keep their cool.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have a minor moment with this figure.
Okay. I'll let you know. I think so. They don't really establish what low status is. He's not, or the statue's not the bottom of the barrel. I think you'll still get an effect regardless.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he would
free.
assume that he's low status.
Yeah. Okay.
So he would go for the same.
Yeah. So how are you doing this? And then we'll roll.
What's the statue doing? Is it just doing statue?
Yeah. It's like in this position, like arms outstretched, like almost bowing with a hat in one hand and kind of just like almost precariously balanced on like the front toes of one foot and just the back heel of another. So just in a position that looks like it would be very uncomfortable to hold for that long.
I am going to like be mid conversation and like have a swig from the from whatever bottle I'm drinking out of. Because I think Don just the agreement with Wick is just hand me a bottle filled with whatever. It doesn't really work, but I've got an appearance to keep up. And I think he's like mid conversation or mid like oh, did you do you have anything for me there? Good shit. What is her name again?
Nelly.
Nelly. You look like you've got something to contribute to the conver. 1 second, please. And as he notices it out of the corner of his eye and just hauls off and throws the bottle, like aiming right at its foot, like right in front of its foot to try and startle it into like and just like the speed that he does it is clearly supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll with spirit to let it out.
I don't want to do that.
The vampire's favorite stat.
Oh, it's not very good. It's a -1.
It's fine. Oh,
that's a 1.
It's not fine.
Oh, it's not fine. Oh, piss.
Oh, you know what? You do hurl that glass. It's a whole mug you're hurling, right?
No, it was gonna be like a bottle of Jimmy Strutter orange label.
Okay, so like you're chucking a bottle.
A bottle of liquor, just straight liquor, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, the arm is there, the speed for it is there. What
Hmm.
is also there is somebody that walks right in the path of this bottle that clips breaks against their head, and
Oh,
as they're recoiling, you get a piece of the face. Um, yeah, go ahead and what do you need to? I was gonna make this more talents, but so it's not as terrible for you. Let's at least give you a power to roll. Go ahead and roll.
sure.
Go ahead and roll. Put a face to a name with power, so you at least
Okay,
get something
cool.
out of it.
Yeah, that other thing that I get a -1 in. Yeah, let's do that. 3.
Okay.
It's a 3, Patrick. It's a 3.
Yeah.
I did it. I did it, you guys. But I did get. I did check mark everything.
You did. You get an advance at least.
Yay. Good.
Yeah, and as so on a fail, you either don't know them or you owe them, and you absolutely owe this person. So
Yeah.
there's this. It is a big meatheady dude that bottle cracks against the skull, kind of does a like half turn as he like ha- goes to the ground. You recognize the face as an acquaintance of yours named Scythe, who is a sworn. Sworn are members of power who have, really cool weapons or artifacts, and they are essentially sworn representatives of different powerful groups in the city. What would you owe Scythe for?
What would I owe Scythe for?
Yeah.
Um. Uh, I think that that I talked Scythe into killing another Sworn.
Oh shit. Another
Um,
sworn of their order or a like
no,
competitor?
of a different Sworn, of a Sworn like a Sworn that came to town to kill one of the established figures here.
Mm-hmm.
And I made at that person's request, I made an argument to Scythe to be like, hey, um, look, yeah, I know they're a fucking asshole, but they're the asshole that we know, and if they die, it's going to be a power vacuum, and the city's gonna just absolutely erupt. It is this person will 100% kill that they are not adequately prepared to defend themselves against this relic. They will die, and then this city will go to shit in 3 seconds. And I will be part of the problem. I will grab for power, but so is everybody else.
Awesome. So you've got yeah, so it's you had Scythe kill another sworn. Did you tell Scythe that they were a sworn when you set him up for that fight?
I definitely did, yeah.
Okay. Wasn't
That
sure
was the
how blind they went into that. Okay. Yeah. Scythe is at least buckled over. um what do you do?
Um, I think that I am going to uh, look over to Wick and just go, him and his buddy's tab is on me. Fuck me. God fucking Christ. Whenever Brooke gets here, point him to that fella before, the werewolf in the back. I'm gonna go before he's able to walk again. So we're gonna leave now. But yeah, just we'll cover his tab. He knows where to find me. Tell him I'm gonna be a little. He knows how to find me. I'll fuck. Just kind of walk away and like pull Snoopy.
Yeah, you definitely reach for where Snoopy was.
Oh, shit.
You do not see Snow Pea anywhere. And
Fuck me.
I think that's probably where we'll end this week. If that's okay with everybody.
I'm down with it.
Everybody good? I apologize for whatever the storm is doing to videos for everybody watching and playing. I hope everybody still had a good time. How's everyone doing? Everybody good?
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful. It was a wonderful time.
Yeah. Do we want to go around, do some outros? Yeah.
I can do an outro real quick. I am Zen. I am a professional DM and content creator for 5e World of Darkness, powered by the Apocalypse, and a whole bunch of other great systems. You should go check out my Twitter, where you can find my Discord and Twitch, and probably even a link to a Kickstarter that I did that is still just a couple of days out from being finished. We have already met and exceeded our goal, and I've already been fucking paid for it, so it's just an absolute mind blower. Yeah. Come hang out over at my Twitch or Twitter or Discord, and I think I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I think probably I'm gonna go on a big long rant about the new Unearthed Arcana that just came out for 5th edition, and because I've got a real love-hate relationship with gym dragons, and I've got some conspiracy theories going on in my head. So I'm probably gonna do that and then play some cool video games on the stream. So come check me out tomorrow.
Awesome.
I only plan to tune in if you play Final Fantasy IX. So
I will. You know what? I'll put a poll up on my Twitter, on my Discord tonight, and why don't you vote in there?
I voted last time.
Well, you can vote this time too. Damn it! Yeah, that's my thing though.
All right, Leland, you want to go next?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm Leland / Leopold the Just. I think I plugged in the beginning. I don't know if I was supposed to, but let's see that I could plug something. There's a Kickstarter coming soon. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, never mind. I can't find the link right now. But anyway, there's a new Kickstarter coming in May called Necrobiotic that I'm working on, and it's like I'm gonna be doing marketing for it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but it's a card-based tabletop RPG that's set in a dystopian future where people have like turned dead bodies into flesh golems. But yeah, so that's kind of cool, and flesh golems are like kind of like the labor force for everything. So it seems pretty crazy, but yeah, definitely check it out. If I had a link, that'd be great. But oh wait, here we go. Boom, found one. Boom, found one. Ignore the fact that the link says Necropunk on it, because that's what it used to be called. But then we found out that there's like a Pathfinder setting called Necropunk on Drive-Thru RPG, so we changed it and voted to change it. But anyway, there's a link. I put it in Google Meet. Could you throw it into Twitch for me? Thank you.
It's already there.
Awesome. Yes, definitely check that out. It's going to be awesome. I'm hopefully going to get to even work on some stuff further with them aside from just marketing it. I've been helping come up with other ideas. So, but yeah, check it out. All right. Awesome. What was it? Oh, and I had a lot of fun playing today's game. I got to turn into a demon. It was cool. Even though I failed at it and had to take corruption and owe more debts to my patron, but you know, hey, whatever. I already have like 20 other debts.
It's at some point you're just, the bill's already so big you're not going to pay it back, so why not just keep charging it, right? To Belphegor.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
He gets a bulk deal. I'll do something major for like 3 of them. You know.
Yeah, Nikki, I know we didn't get to meet Casey yet tonight, but did you have anything you wanted to plug or anything like that?
No.
All right, that's cool. It's if not, we'll just plug Nikki because she's awesome. If that's cool, I'll post your Twitter and you're involved in just a ton of stuff, and follow Nikki if you're not already. She's in so many cool things.
And it's all excellent.
Yes.
Top tier stuff.
Then, historian, did you have anything to plug?
I have nothing to plug. I mean, if you want to read someone howling into the void about games and education and things I make in my Instant Pot, you can follow me on Twitter. But I also would like to participate in the plugging of Nikki. Because she's great.
You are all awesome, and plugging you all is something that should always be done.
Man, we are using the term plugging as a verb a lot, and I'm just...
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot.
I feel like it was fine until you brought it up like that.
I just...
Yeah, we were mature adults.
I was cringing for the last 4. So,
But no one
between
can see
that
it right now.
and... Well, yeah, nobody can see that. You know what else they couldn't see? The pink shirt that you were wearing when we went live.
Yes.
Chat, y'all weren't
Look
aware
shirtless.
of it. It looked flesh toned. Patrick flesh toned. It was
It
was peach.
Yes.
It was uncanny.
Yeah, it was. I have worn that shirt on so many streams, and no one has pointed that out to me until today. And that is all I will see with that shirt now. So don't expect it to make any further appearances.
Yeah, that would have
Heartbreaking.
It would have just looked like I was wearing the flesh of salmon on it. Like it was not. It definitely would have not made me look shirtless. It was just ideal for Patrick's face.
Right, and I logged in and I was like, I didn't know it was that kind of party. I was excited, and then he had to go shut it down like a
You
narc.
shut down that party quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
As soon as you said something.
I was like ready to go. I was like, does someone have any olive oil? Let's do this.
Well, when Zan and I pointed it out, he was fine. He was ready to go. But as soon as you came in and judged him, it was like, oh no.
No.
All right.
Well,
A third person is too much.
Hey,
Yes.
I was just gonna let you know that your face was getting red. I mean, all of our cameras are off except for Leland's, but I mean, your face is still real
cool.
red.
Yep. My embarrassment will always be present.
Yeah, this is the attack trick. I wish I had different friends face.
No.
Why do I have these friends? Is the face that we're seeing.
No, see, because if I had other friends, I would just apparently wear wrinkly skin on every show that I'm in and never be told about it.
And maybe that would be their thing. And maybe it would be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That's why I was getting invited to things. Okay.
Yeah.
Puts the lotion on the shirt.
We haven't said that. We haven't told you because it just never seemed right.
That
But
was my brand.
and Nikki, Raven, Polished, and I all have a wrinkly pat skin count. Group chat. Yeah. But now, I mean, I guess I'll invite you to it because at this point, like,
gosh. I apologize to anybody that has stuck with us in chat for this conversation.
I don't. We're giving them gold. Are you kidding? This is big. Move over, Critical Role. This is art right here that we're doing.
This is the content people crave.
This is absolutely the content people crave. That's why people come to this platform. Your wrinkly pat. Where else would you have heard the words wrinkly pat skin today? Nowhere. We gave that to you. We willed that into the universe, and now it is something we will all cherish.
Can we will it out of the universe? Are we in the bad place?
We've been in the bad place, champ. You're in Florida.
This is the bad place realization. Yeah, I don't have anything to plug beyond this wonderful group here. I'm so excited for this game every week, and also I should plug, check myself and Zan out on Water on Blackfeather Guild every Tuesday, and then I check me out on Polished Cryptid's channel every other American Saturday night for what are we playing? Our bi-weekly Blades in the Dark campaign.
I'm also on there on the other American Friday.
And Nikki is too, right? That's one of Nikki's projects as well.
No, I'm not. No, Nikki and I aren't together on End Times. Nikki and I are together on this, which is okay, but it's not enough Nikki in my life.
No, that's because that's not a thing. The limit does not exist.
About it, but they have yet to respond to me, and I'm very upset.
All right, that's all I got. That's all I got. As we sputter to the end of the show. That's all I got. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'm waving even though no one can see me.